All right, hello everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. Please let me know if my voice is coming good and clear. I'm using today a different mic. So let me know if this mic is better than the one before it or it's the same. Uh, this mic is a magical mic. I've been told that this mic is the kind, if you say Inshallah before you use it, your voice will change and people will like it. Is it working? Because I did not say Inshallah yet. It's good? Okay, let me now say Inshallah. Let me know if something will change. Anyway, let us go to our topic. Our topic about the silly God and how silly God can be. I mean, everybody in this earth, maybe there's people who they are atheist, which they have God anyway. I mean, they believe that they are each one of them. He believe he is the center of the earth, which means he make himself God. He exists by himself. He do not need anyone. There's tons of religions, tons of beliefs, and everybody have his own belief. But Islam always is a special religion. When you watch a movie, and if you go like to search for movies, there is sections like there's a section called fiction movies. And why they call it fictions? Which mean obviously is not a true. It is fiction. All of us we saw before a movie. It's called The Lord of the Ring. The Lord of the Ring is nothing much different from the Lord of Solomon or the Ring of Solomon. And for sure, there is no way that the author of the Lord of the Ring, he is the one who Muhammad copied the story from. Muhammad, he copied the story from somebody else. If we ask ourselves, if Muslims believe in God, and their God is all powerful as they claim, how the power of God is moved inside a ring? If you wear the ring, you became a king. If you take the ring, you lost your kingdom. If you wear the ring, you control magic, you control genie, you control shaitan, you control the kingdom, you control the sky, you control the rain, you control the ocean if you wear the ring. Now, if I'm a Muslim and somebody came to me with such a story that I have a religion and my religion taught me that God gave Suleiman a ring and after he wear it, he can control the whole earth. What do you think, Muslims, of such a thing? We have a kid in the text. He keeps saying to me, saying in the text here that I blocked him. First, Omar, just to show you that you are a kid, even if I block you, you can make a new name in 2 seconds in Skype and come back and call me. So stop making and playing games. You are just a kid. You do not know what are you talking about. Secondly, we are the one who believe in one God, and you are the one who believe in many gods. We can prove it very easy. The Muslims, by the way, they claim, lying, that they believe in something called the oneness of God. I don't want to change the topic, but let me get this Abdul busted. If we go in the Quran, as long you mention the Trinity and you mention oneness of God, etc., let me show you how silly the cult of Islam is. They have big mouth, but they have no knowledge. As usual. As what? Hmm? Usual. If we go in the Quran, we will find a very silly, stupid verse. Let us go. By the way, I never met a Muslim he knows what is written in his book. I'm serious. All of them are copy paste from each other, like nobody knows really what he's talking about. In the Quran, Allah claim that he level Muhammad to his level. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. Allah exalted Muhammad. How that can be? What that verse mean? We will go back to the story of the king of Solomon just to get this Abdul busted. If you dare, if you have the courage, call me. My Skype is open. If you go to the interpretation, you will see that this verse is speaking about that Allah said to Muhammad, I put your name with my name. So each time they mention your name, they mention my name, and each time they mention my name, they mention your name. Have you ever heard of a cult like this? They say to us that Muhammad is a servant of Allah. Allah says, Muhammad, your name and my name is one. Now, let us see if this is true or not. Who is a brave Muslim? He have the courage and the knowledge to call me and get me busted and say, Christian Prince, you are a liar. It doesn't say that. It doesn't mean that. What happened to you, Abdul? Omar, are you there? Are you talking to yourself? Huh? You are Walim? You are Alim, or your name? We have re-recorded. Everybody is laughing at you last time you called me. Call me again. Call me again, Abdul. What you will lose? I mean, Allah will give you victory. So you Muslims are kuffar. When you say the Shahada, you have to say the name of Muhammad and the name of your God. You associate the name of God with the name of a man. Yet you claim that you worship a person, only one God, his name is Allah. But the fact you cannot say the name of Allah without saying the name of Muhammad. Your God, Allah himself, he extend his authority from the name of Muhammad. Which means if now somebody says, I believe in Allah, he have no authority. He have to say, I believe in Muhammad. And that is a clear proof that Islam is a false cult. Otherwise, you tell me why you have to associate the name of a man with the name of a God. The Quran in front of you, Muhammad, he fabricated this verse. And by the way, this chapter here, all of it is a clear evidence that Muhammad is a scam. Why? He says, Alam nashrah laka sadraka. Didn't we, like this is that Muslim translation, caused your bosom to delight? Doesn't say that, by the way. It says we expanded your breast. Didn't we expand your breast? Okay, nice to meet you. What happened? You remember the story where Muhammad, he claimed that 3 angels or 2 angels came to him and they cut his chest and they took all the dirt and the garbage from inside, and then they installed a dish of wisdom. And this is what is called silly God, silly stupid religion, silly cult. And we will show you, we showed you that a few days ago, we show it again. And then we removed all the burden from inside. So Allah, he made a plastic surgery for Muhammad, cutting the chest of Muhammad, moving the burden. And then we took all the sin which was breaking your back by a plastic surgery, physical surgery. And then we raised you high, to my level. If we go right now and see the interpretation, chapter 94, verse number 4. Read and laugh with me. Actually, I wish you speak Arabic so you can laugh at even the sentence, how silly, how like it's like written by somebody he did like he don't speak good English. I mean, this is God. Like for me, English is my second language. But God, he don't know how to speak good Arabic. وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. For you are mentioned where I Allah mentioned. Do you see it, guys? Isn't this what I said to you? This is the meaning. You are mentioned where I am mentioned. Now you tell me how you believe in one God and you cannot mention the name of Allah without mentioning the name of a man. Any Abdul? Actually, this chapter exposed a lot of stupidity and silly things in the cult of Islam. When the Muslim they say to us that Allah, if He wants something to be, He say be is going to be. But as we see, Allah did not say be, and He was not able to do be. He sent angels to do plastic surgery to Muhammad. If we go in the hadith, we will find the following. Try not to laugh with me. This is a story coming from God. When I say silly God, I mean it. I mean the story here is a stupid, silly story. Even it's not good for bedtime for kids. They will not believe it for a second. Muhammad, he said, and he claimed, I read with me carefully. This is not my statement. This is Sahih Bukhari. This is a very accurate story coming from the mouth of Muhammad, reported by the Abduls around the earth, claiming that two angels they came and they carried him until they got close to the water of Zamzam. And one of them, his name is Jibril. He took a charge. Jibril cut open the part of his body from here to here, which means from his throat all the way to his testicles. The translation here is false. And then it says, after they cut his chest, they took off all the material. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid, silly story like this? I am truly convinced that Muhammad is a prophet. Allah, as we see in the chapter 94, verse number 1, 2, 3, 4, decide to solve a problem for Muhammad. What is the problem? Muhammad, he have a problem in his chest. What is the problem in his chest? Excuse my language, it's full of poo-poo. Sorry, it's full of sin. So Allah, in order to clean the chest of his prophet from the sin, he sent two angels and they cut from here to here. The Muslims, they are busy talking about worshiping one God. The fact you don't have God at all. This is the most stupid story, and there is no way God he can say such a thing. Jesus, he said to the man, your sin is forgiven. He did not need to cut his chest. I mean, this is silly. And since when the sin is in your chest? And since when we can wash sin by water? Stop saying that challenge is open, because obviously the open is something else in your body, not that challenge. Because if you are a man, you can call me right now, but you are a potato. So Muhammad, he claimed that his God, he did a plastic surgery for him, and he took all the sin which break in his back, and then he leveled him to be in the level of Allah. So each time you mention the name of Muhammad, you mention the name of Allah. So what Muhammad is trying to say to us in this fabricated verses, claiming that Allah is the one who took, that after the surgery I am not a human like you, I am equal to Allah. Allah made the surgery for me. He took all the garbage from inside me, and after that Allah told me, and I raised you high. Each time they mention your name, they mention my name. And as you see, this is not my interpretation. This is what Muslims understand. Do you see it? So they lie to us when they say they worship one God. The fact they worship one man, his name is Muhammad, he is Allah. Muhammad is Allah mouth, is Allah tongue, is Allah testicles, is Allah penis, is Allah belly, is Allah stomach. If you want to make Allah happy, you have to make the belly of Muhammad happy. If you want to make Allah happy, you have to make the penis of Muhammad happy. If you want to make Allah happy, you have to make the pocket of Muhammad happy. The qualification of making Allah happy is goes through the penis and the testicles and the stomach and the pocket of Muhammad. And I challenge you to prove me wrong. So stop lying, saying that we Muslims believe in one God. You believe in one potato. You have no God. Actually, even if we ask the Muslims what the word Allah means, they do not know. Have you ever heard of people they worship a God, they don't even know what the name means? Isn't it silly? If we call Zakir Naik now and we ask him, Dr. Zakir Naik, hey brother, what the name of Allah mean? According to historian, the name of Allah is unknown sources, and most likely it is a unique name. But this is not a question. So what it's mean? Unknown sources, known sources. The question now. What the word Allah mean? The word Allah is diverted from the word Al-Ilah, which you see all over the internet, which is absolutely a big fat lie. The word Allah have nothing to do with the word Al-Ilah. And actually, even I saw some Christians saying that, which is very silly. They have no idea what the name of their God mean, where it's coming from, and who is he. All right. I hope Christian Prince he did his job in the Trinity. You see, when you see a Muslim talking about the Trinity, you think this guy, his religion have nothing to worry about except the Trinity. You see, let me show you how stupid you are. As long you are debating me about the Trinity, it's mean you are debating me if Jesus is God or not. That alone is enough to prove that Jesus is a qualified to be debated about to be God or not. We are debating about your prophet if he is a child molester or not, and you cannot prove us wrong. We are debating about your prophet that he collect boogers in his pocket, and you cannot prove us wrong. We are speaking about your prophet having sexual relationship with many women, and you cannot prove us wrong. We are debating about your prophet accused to steal an underwear, and you cannot prove us wrong. We are debating about your prophet claim that he went to the 7-Eleven heaven, but there's no witnesses, and you cannot prove us wrong. We are debating about a man, he kissed a black stone in the shape of a vagina, and he put his head inside it and he licked it, and you cannot prove us wrong. But yet you are debating me if Jesus is good enough to be God or not. That debate alone is enough to prove to me that Jesus is God. Because look what we are talking about Jesus, and look what we are talking about Muhammad. Your Muhammad is in the sewage, my Jesus is high to the point. Is he God or not? Do you believe it? Who can speak against Jesus? And he himself, he challenged the Jews to do so. Who of you can prove me sinner? Even the Quran in chapter 19 verse 19, in the yellow pages of Muhammad, he says that Jesus is holy, the Holy Son. Have you ever heard of a prophet being accused to be a thief by his followers? I mean, what kind of a quality those followers are, and what kind of a prophet he is? They are a bunch of rapists, thieves, gangs, and now they are fighting over the booty. There is an underwear is missing. It's a red underwear. The Muslim, they say, Christian Prince, you are lying. It's not a red underwear. It's a clothes. Okay. This story alone is enough to prove again that Muhammad is a big scam. How? If we go and read the interpretation, chapter 3, verse number 161. And again, we are using the Islamic interpretation, which is very funny, proving Islam to be the most stupid cult ever exist in this earth. Let us see. Brothers and sisters, let me introduce to you a big problem, brother. In the day of etc., in the year of etc., in the month of etc., in the hour of etc., Allah receive a phone call saying to him that the Abdul accusing their prophet that he stole a piece of a clothes. Read carefully with me. When some red velvet cloth went missing in the day of Badr, and some people began to say, perhaps the prophet took it. The word yaghul in Arabic mean steal, not took it, steal. Guess what happened? Hello? May I talk to Allah, please? This is Jibril. Who's this? I am the genie who protect the Prophet Muhammad. What do you want? I want to report a very dangerous incident. Explain. And give me first your name and your genie ID. My genie ID is 000207 zeros. Okay? I know who you are now. Alright, what is the story? Some Muslims, they accuse the Prophet that he stole a bikini. And it is a red bikini. And now the Prophet, he look horrible in front of the believers. Are you saying to me that the believers accuse the great believer Muhammad that he stole a bikini? Absolutely. And then Jibril, he went to Allah. He knocked at his door. Who is this? Allah, can I talk to you? Jibril, you always bother me, and you come in the wrong time. Don't you see I'm busy watching Mr. Bean? Sorry, Allah, I have a very urgent news. Okay. Stop the TV, please. We will watch Mr. Beans later. Allah, please do something. The believers accused the Prophet that he stole a bikini. He was in Miami Beach and he took it. Are you serious? Absolutely, Allah. That's very dangerous. Absolutely, Allah. You know. Absolutely, Allah. The most silly thing about you. Absolutely, Allah. That you are so stupid. You keep repeating the same word. Absolutely, Allah. Forgive me, you guys. I made the angels to program to repeat the same words. I want you to take this verse. I just wrote it and deliver it to Muhammad. Now Jibril, he took the verse and he went all the way to Muhammad. He knocked at the door of Muhammad. Muhammad, he opened the door, he gave him a verse. And what the verse saying? It is not for a prophet to steal. What? I mean, the guys are accusing him that he stole a piece of clothing, and you say to him, tell them that Allah told you a prophet will not steal. This is the solution. Have you ever heard of a silly, stupid God like this? What about you tell us who took it? You send us a message from the 7 galaxies behind the 7 bathrooms to tell us It is not Muhammad who took it. Well, thank you. I mean, this God is amazing. Please don't hire him to work for the police or FBI. Imagine somebody accused somebody that he took some clothes or jewelries or something. The police send report, it is not him. How you know it's not him if you cannot find the other person? Okay, who is the one who took it? Until now, this piece of bikini is missing and nobody knows where it goes, and Allah never told us. How Muhammad is a prophet of God? How Allah is God, yet Allah don't tell us who is the one who took the bikini? If you go to Allah website, which is allahfbi.government, you will find now that the most wanted items is the one who stole the bikini. And by the way, there's a big prize for those who can find it. If you know any information about the missing bikini, please call 1-900 Allah. Do we have any Muslim have a conclusion based on this? Based on this, Allah cannot be God, because if Allah is God, should tell who is the one who took the bikini. Obviously, the one who took the bikini is Muhammad. Muhammad, he made a verse saying it's not me. Allah told you it's not me, but he cannot tell us who is the one who took it. Isn't it obvious that he is a thief? Do you understand, guys? It's really obvious that he is the only thief, because if this is a message coming from Allah, there's no way Allah will not tell us, or he do not know who is the one who took it. All what you need to do, go to the house of this man and find it there. But because Muhammad is the one who stole it, and by the way, they are fighting over the booty, which means this is already stolen stuff. All of them, they are a bunch of thieves, and now they are fighting over the spoil they stole from the neighbors. And this is what I call silly God, silly prophet, silly Quran. Now we go back to our silly story with Suleiman. And as you know, I like rings. I don't wear one, but I like them. I'm looking right now, actually. I'm trying to find this ring, because if I can get this ring, I can control the whole world. At least I can stop YouTube from deleting my videos. I will wear the ring, I will control YouTube. I will control Twitter. What do you think? I will control the genie of a Twitter. Expose myself? What do you mean? Oh, you mean like the prophet, he used to take it and zip it and he hold it and he piss in the front of women and children? What do you mean expose yourself? Have you ever heard of a prophet of God? He take his penis and he start pissing in the street in the front of people. Why you are saying to me expose yourself? Shame on you. I mean, respect yourself, please. I can prove it. You see, when you see Muslims, they piss in the street, they are taking that a habit from the Prophet. The Muslim are Sunni, they follow the Sunnah. The Sunnah mean what Muhammad he did. This is why all over the Middle East, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they have a big problem. Pissing in the street, in the walls. If we go and see this story about Suleiman, This is the story of Suleiman. Tons of stories. Suleiman ring had the following inscription: Prophet is the Lord, who has controlled the jinn with his words. And this is exactly what we see in this picture. Do you see it? So the ring of Solomon have a secret words or magical words written on the ring, as you see in the Islamic website. In another reliable tradition is narrated from, okay, okay, let us see. Let's go to the story. I mean, this is really tons of boring stuff. And you know, the funny thing, when a Muslim they say according to a reliable chain of narration. Okay. Here we find the story of Suleiman. Let us see. When Allah revealed to Dawood to appoint his caliph, see, Suleiman was a caliph. The people of Israel created a hue and cry and said, how could a child become a caliph, our caliph, although we are much older than him? When Dawood heard this, he called the chief of the Israelis and said, I am aware of whatever you say regarding the successorship of Suleiman. You all bring your stick, and everyone's should write their names on the stick. We will keep the stick along with the staff of Suleiman. At night in a room. In the morning, we will take them out. Whoever staff has lit, and the flower will be rightful to successorship, to be a successorship. The people agreed, and the sticks were kept in the room, and the Israeli guarded it. In the morning, Dawood finished his prayer, and he opened the door, and he took out the sticks. The Israelis saw that Suleiman's staff had a green leaflet in it. Muslims, are you reading? Brothers and sisters, Muslims, are you reading with me? And so they were content with the successorship. Then Dawood examined Suleiman before the Israeli. Like, here we go. It's not only this. Like, here we go. We put a stick and then we have leaf coming up. It's not enough. We have to examine him. He said to him, son, what is that very cold and sweet? Suleiman said, Allah who forgives sin for this servant and people overlooking each other mistakes and crimes. What? He's asking him what is cold and what is sweet. He says to him, Allah who forgive the sin. Again Dawood asked his son, what most sweet? He replied, love, friend, and this is a mercy from Allah between them. After listening, Dawood smiled and became happy and said to the people of Israel, after me, he is going to be the caliphate among you. After this, Suleiman used to keep the matter secret and marry the women in a few years. He was hiding with his friends. Suleiman is hiding now. This is Sahih. Sahih. Oh, this is sorry. This is a Shia story here saying his wife said to him a day, my parents be sacrificed on you by your good behavior and habit. You and not make me uncomfortable, except that your expense are upon my father. Uh-oh. Go to the market and get sustenance, and I hope that Allah will make you hopeless. What does that mean? Suleiman said, by Allah, I haven't worked in this world, nor I know anything. Then he went to the market and he searched for work in the whole day, but he could not get anything. Every day he come back and he said, I could not get anything. The wife said, doesn't matter, tomorrow you will get it. Next day again he was repeating again. The wife cancelled. And the third day he reached a river bank and he saw a person fishing. He said to him, shall I help you to return of 2 fishes? The man agreed. So Suleiman helped him in catching the fish. The fisherman gave him 2 fishes as his wages. Suleiman thanks Allah. When he cut open the fish, he found the ring in its stomach. We just won the lotto. By the way, I am buying fish from now on, and I will I will not buy a fish which is cleaned already. I will never do that. Do you see why in the market these days they give you a fish have nothing inside? Because they are looking for the ring. Buy a fish which is not cleaned yet, so your kitchen can stink. He kept it aside, and thanks to Allah, then he cleaned the fish and he brought it home. The wife became very happy and said, I wish to call my parent and show them that you have worked and hard and earned like something. So the fish was cooked, and Suleiman called his in-law and eat from the fish. Suleiman said to them, would you recognize me? They said, no, we have not seen you at all. Suleiman took out the ring and wear it. At that moment, all birds and the jinn come to him. See, Suleiman, he was sitting with them. And Suleiman is showing them, like, didn't you recognize me? I mean, what this is silly story is. And then Suleiman, he wear the ring. And the second he wear the ring, all the genie and the birds, they came to him. Alhamdulillah. Brothers and sisters, the power of Allah in that ring. Not only all the birds, all the genie. How many birds in this earth? And the ducks, and I mean, you name it. All the birds and the genie in the world, they come to him. Just he put the ring in, all of them they come. He take the ring off, they go. He put it again back, he come back. I will make them really tired, because all day long I will do nothing except putting the ring on and off, on and off, on and off. And for sure, Allah here is not being silly. This is a true story. Actually, it's proven by a scientific a study made in Japan. There's a scientist, his name is Yama Aido Fabricate Story Yama. He's very well known, you know him. So here he put the ring, and after he put the bird and the ring, all the bird and the genie come to him and became obedient. So like he said to the chicken, dance for me. The chicken like okay, no, no, not like this. In the other side, I want you to go from left to right. No, this is not a chicken. This is walk. This is. Are you a duck or a chicken? What's wrong with you? Sorry, sorry. I am nervous. This is the first time I dance for a prophet of Allah. He controlled and they become obedient. Who is the Muslim when explain to me when the chicken became obedient? What happened exactly? Do we have any Abdul? Now we have the chicken are obedient to Sulaiman. Like he bring the chicken in front of him. He says, lay egg, and the chicken starts squeezing. I told you, lay egg. Are you disobeying me? Sorry, Sulaiman, I don't have any inside me. I don't care. I say lay an egg, you give me an egg. And then obedient to him, acknowledging his kingship. What in the heck? The chicken, the dogs, they are acknowledging that you are the king. You are the king. Rock, rock. True story. He brought his wife along with her parents to the city of Istikhara. What is that? And his people, his Shias, which mean the people who believe in him, gathered around him and become very happy. Their difficulties of his absence vanished. He ruled for a long period. This is a nice movie. When the day of death approached, he appointed Asif bin Barakaya by the order of Allah as his successor. He put was a guy, his name is Asif. Are you a guy from Pakistan? Your name is Asif? Here we go. Asif became caliphate. His followers only referred to Asif as and solved their problems. Asif was hidden by Allah from them for a very long period. I mean, what is this? Allah, this is a true story, brother. This is a true story. By the way, this is one of many versions of the story of Sulaiman. Just one. There's tons of them. Let us show you. Let us see where we can find the ring when Sulaiman he lost his ring. You remember how Sulaiman lost his ring, right? He went to the bathroom. It was narrated from Imam as-Sadiq that the kingship of Sulaiman was hiding in the ring by Allah. Whenever he used to wear it, the jinn and the human and the bird and the animal obey him. Then he used to sit on the throne, and Allah would send wind, which would take him for a ride. Sulaiman over the throne. Genie, chicken, ducks, human, get ready. We are going to take a hike. And then Allah he sent the wind. And by the way, this is mentioned in the Quran that Allah in the Quran he says that Allah he gave Sulaiman in the chapter of 27 and chapter of the cave. You read that interpretation where it says that Sulaiman he can travel for a distance for a month. If you go to chapter 34 verse number 12, Well, Sulaiman, we made the wind obedient. If you go and read the interpretation for this, you will see that Allah, he gave Sulaiman a flying carpet, and he can put in the top of it all his army, including 600,000 chairs. You see, I can keep going and reading, especially this story here, like when Sulaiman, he go in the bathroom, he gave his ring to the bathroom, sorry, to his wife, and then a shaitan, he come during the time he was in the bathroom in the look of Sulaiman, and shaitan took the ring, he wore the ring, and Sulaiman, he lost his kingdom. And then shaitan, he start having sex with his wives. And how the wives, they notice that this is cannot be Sulaiman, because he looked like Sulaiman, and now he have the ring of Sulaiman. And Sulaiman, the real Sulaiman, became homeless. How the wives, they notice that this is not Sulaiman? Anyone remember? How the wives notice that this is not Sulaiman? Read carefully. So here it says that he take a flying carpet, he go to Persia, he go to Damascus, you know, Sulaiman, he go around the earth in the flying carpet. Whenever Sulaiman would go for answering the nature of call, you know what he's talking about, you know, he would remove the ring and give it to one of his servants. I mean, how stupid you are, Solomon. Just because you want to do shit, excuse my language, you take the ring which controlling the whole universe and you give it to the servant. Imagine Trump, he give the nuclear bomb code to the maid because now he have to go to the bathroom. Brother, it is haram. It's haram. You cannot take the ring of Allah with you to the bathroom. You cannot take the ring of Allah to the bathroom. It's haram. So Sulaiman, he have to take off the ring before he entered the bathroom. You know, I have a solution. Why Sulaiman, he don't like make a bathroom where there's a wall and he can put his hand like out? I mean, it's still out, but still he have the ring in his hand. And look what happened. So each time Sulaiman, he want to go to the bathroom, he gave the ring to one of his servants. By the way, in different story, it says he gave it to his wife. One day, the shaitans, which means Satan, fooled the servant and took away the ring and wear it themselves. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Omar Potato, stop lying. If you are calling, people will see your call. They will hear it. Stop lying, Potato. What do you mean you are calling me? Here we go. This is my Skype. My Skype is open. Where do you call me? If you call me, people will hear it. We'll see it. My Skype is open. There's a guy, his name is William. He called me and he is a Christian. Oh, now I see a caller. Hold on. Let us see. Here we go. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da, ta-da-da. Hey Omar, how are you? Are you there? Hello?
Hi.
Speak louder, speak louder.
How about now?
Yeah, don't be shy. It's very low.
I'm not shy, we've spoke before.
So what do you think about the ring of Sulaiman?
You keep going on to a new topic every time. You want to agree to 3 topics each?
We have a topic. What do you want to say?
Last time you couldn't understand, you couldn't explain the doctrine of Trinity.
I don't care if you can understand it from me or not. I answer you, you don't like it, it's up to you. So now do you want to answer or not?
That's the problem, you didn't answer.
Well, no, I answered you, but you are a stupid idiot. And you don't believe in one God. I asked
You
you
don't
before. I asked you
believe
before if Allah is a spirit. You said yes, and I got you busted, and it's recorded.
you believe in it.
And this is a proof that you are officially a stupid Muslim who do not know what his God is. How in the world you are in this age, yet you do not know that your God Allah is not a spirit, and you say to me, yes, Allah is a
Start
spirit.
insulting straight away. This is a debate
Why
tactic.
you said that to me?
This is why you're losing viewers.
Why you said that to me? That Allah is a spirit. How you can debate someone about the Trinity if you don't understand the nature of your God?
You don't understand the nature of your God. That's the problem.
Well, I am the one who understands the nature of God, but you don't. You said to me that Allah is a spirit. That's mean you don't believe in oneness of God no more, according to Islam, because the Trinity is believing in God. Hold on. The Trinity is believing in God in three persons. God, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. You told me that you believe in Allah, Allah, the physical being, and Allah the Spirit. So now you don't believe in one God according to your claim, because the Trinity, according to you, does not mean one God. So when you say to me that Allah is a spirit and Allah is a physical being, didn't you make Allah to Allah, or he was still one Allah?
You believe in the Athanasian Creed, yes or no?
You know, I don't even hear you. Your voice is like you are talking from underneath of your wife butt. Get lost. Stupid coward. Imagine Muslims in the age of 50, yet they think Allah is a spirit. And they come to Christian Prince, and Christian Prince, he spank them and he teach them who is Allah. This donkey, he called me and he agreed that Allah is a spirit, which is absolutely not Islamic, which means he was worshiping wrong God all his life. You remember actually how many of them they do the same thing? Do you remember even the guy, the Moroccan guy? 2-3 Moroccan guy, they call me. They go every Friday to the mosque. They are in the age of 50, 60, and yet none of them knows that Allah is not a spirit. They are worshiping their God all their life, but yet they do not know the nature of their God, and they want to debate us about the Trinity. For you, the second you say to me that you believe that Allah is a spirit, and you in the same time believe that the Trinity is false, that means you believe is false too. Because your God Allah is a physical being, and now you said to me he is a spirit, which is false. In Islam, Allah has no spirit. And I agree, Allah has no spirit because he does not exist. He is just an idol. A person, anything have no spirit is a dead person. Do we agree, Muslim? Actually, even the nature of a human being prove that the Trinity is correct. A Muslim, he will say to you, how two can be one? How three can be one? How four can be one? Well, how you are a physical being and a spirit and you are one in the same time? How Allah, he says that the word, his word is not created, and he have a physical being, yet he is one. So now we have two and a created object in Islam, Allah and his words. How stupid that is. They want to debate about the Trinity because they are trying to take us away from these hilarious stories. You believe in the Trinity, you don't believe in the Trinity, I don't care. Take a hike. At the end of the day, it's not about if the Trinity is true or not. At the end of the day, is about if God is true or not. Let us say there's somebody believe there's 1,000 God, and then we find out that his gods are exist and they are real. He's a winner. Correct, guys? It's not about the Trinity, it's not about one, it's about who is right and who is wrong and what is true. There is a church, it's called the Church of Satan in San Francisco. They worship Satan as God, the only God. There's many religions before Islam, after Islam, believe in one God, but doesn't make them have any God for us. They are false. So you saying to me you believe in a God, but look what we have in front of us. Your God is nothing but a copy of a fairy tale stories of the Jews trying to make himself a Jew. Literally, Allah is not exist. Muhammad the thief, who lived between the Jews, He stole tons of stories from the Jews, from the Talmud, from the Merdash, from the Legion of the Jews. Stupid stories. He believe in it just because the Jews they say it. Anything the Jews they say Muhammad, he take it, he put it in the Quran. And by the way, hello to everybody from Indonesia with my love to you. And by the way, I notice according to YouTube, the second number of viewers of my videos are from Indonesia. Interesting, isn't it? So welcome my friends from Indonesia. Good morning. And here is additional proof that Muhammad is a certified liar. How in the world Muhammad he took those stories and he put it in the Quran as a real stories? Flying carpet of Sulaiman. Sulaiman is speaking to the ants. The ants are speaking to each other. Sulaiman he can hear the ant. Sulaiman he have a bird in it. He is a minister of irrigation and he has have part job to find women who have no hair in their legs. Sulaiman he dies standing because and nobody noticed because he was holding his stick. You are worried about the Trinity, but you are not worried about the stupidity in your book. Are you serious? But because they have nothing to keep you busy away from spanking their prophet, let us debate about the Trinity. Every Muslim in the world want to debate you about the Trinity. Genie having sex with Muslimas is not a problem. Believing that you will have endless penis is not a problem. Kissing a black stone is not pagan, is not a problem. Going around the Kaaba is not a pagan, not the problem. Doing a Safa and Marwa is not a problem, which is nothing but pagan rituals. Exist before Islam and after Islam. You know, when Sulaiman he died, according to Muhammad, hold on, let's show the Muslims some interpretation because they might say to us, I mean, come on, you are lying. You are a liar. This is cannot be true. This is not in the Quran. Okay, you are a liar. Okay, well, brother, why am I a liar? How I became a liar? Let's see. Chapter 38, verse number 34. To the Muslims who they are worried about the Trinity. You tell me who is the stupid in this story. Suleiman is dead, but nobody noticed. Why? Because he is standing holding a stick. If we go to the interpretation and see what this verse is saying, guys, don't text me when I'm talking here unless it is necessary. If we go to Ibn Kathir, Ibn Kathir, and as you see, Ibn Kathir, you cannot tell me Ibn Kathir is working for me. And by the way, Ibn Kathir in English have nothing to do with Ibn Kathir in Arabic. Just take note. It's a fabricated translation. Big deal. Chapter 38, verse number 34. 38. Read and laugh. Muhammad once he was praying, and a genie he started jumping over his shoulders. Walk, 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 walk. And Muhammad, look what happened. Afrit, Afrit. Anyone knows what Afrit is? Who knows what Afrit is? Who of you knows what Afrit? Do you see the word Afrit here? Anyone knows? What is Afrit? No, no. You see, this is what the Christian they mistaken. Genie are not demon. Muslim do not believe in demon. Don't mistake. Don't mix things up. Muslims sometimes they try to fool you. Says genie is the same as a demon. It is not. Muslim don't believe in that. Genie is a creature. He can even have sex with Muslim women. If you have my book Sex and Allah, you will find the stories there about Muslims complaining that genie having sex with their wife. Actually, one of them he found fire in the bushes of his wife, and you know what bushes I'm talking about, because the genie is made from fire. So obviously, when he put his private part there, he will make a fire. And actually, once I was doing camping and we do not have fire. So I asked a genie for a favor. I said, can we use your penis to light the fire, please? And for sure, the genie, he was very, very nice. He's a Muslim genie. He hold his penis, he hit the wood with his penis, and the fire sparks start all over because he is made from fire. And we can show you those reference later. Now, Ifrit is a genie, but he is extremely, extremely, extremely fast. I don't know. I mean, you see, we mention a story after a story, we find ourselves, we have to go back to the Quran. If you go in the Quran, you will find that Allah he mentioned the word Ifrit too. In the same story about Sulaiman, chapter 27, verse number 39. It says here, look at the translation here. A stalwart. What stalwart mean? Anyone can tell me what stalwart mean? What stalwart mean? I don't know what this word mean, honestly. Afrit is not a stalwart. It's a very fast genie. It should be a very fast, extremely fast. So look here, because this Afrit, it doesn't say genie, by the way. Afrit of the jinn. Stalwart. What the word mean? Oh, he's big and strong. Okay, hold on, hold on. Let me show you how the Muslims imagine the Afrit. I will copy the word Afrit here and I will post it in Google. Give me a second and show you the image of Afrit. Afrit, Afrit, Afrit. Afrit, Afrit, Afrit. You see, in Google translation, they translate it as demon. No, Afrit is not a demon. Don't make them fool you. Let me show you what the Afrit according to Muslim look like. Afrit, 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 Afrit. What is that? Once I searched for Afrit, the picture of a Christian prince came in the search. I don't know why. Afrit, Afrit. Let us do the search in different way. Hold on. I'm trying to find you how they imagine the Ifrit. Yeah, something like this. Okay, here we go. You see this guy here? This is how they imagine the Ifrit. All Islamic movies, when they play Ifrit in the movie, they bring a guy, he is big, he is bald, he have little hair in his head, and he have like exactly like this. Do you see it? Yet the Muslims are worried about the Trinity. Their book is teaching about Mr. Afrit. Hey, Mr. Afrit, how are you? I'm very good. Hey, Afrit, where you lost your hair? I did not lose it. Afrit, what happened to your eyes? Why you have such an eyes? You look like a gay or something. Ah, you are. Okay, okay. So, Afrit, I mean, you are worried about the Trinity. Anyway, so the Prophet, peace be upon him, brother, he was praying in the mosque, and the Afrit who is very fast. This Afrit, one of the description about him, he is very fast. Like he can go and bring you to the point, even in the Quran, the Afrit, he said to Sulaiman, I can go and bring you her throne. Do you see it? This is how fast he is. Afraid of the jinn, he said, I will bring you bring you what? Her throne. She have a throne which is so big, so huge. And as you know, Sulaiman is in control of the genie. But genies are different in ability. Some of them, they are very fast. Some of them, they are good in sex. Some of them, they are good in dancing. Some of them is good in making hummus. This guy is very good, as fast, and he is strong. He can carry heavy stuff. He even can carry your kingdom. And by the way, I don't want to mention a secret for you, but this is between me and you and YouTube and Twitter. When I came to America first time, I did not take an airplane. I told my dad to ask his Afri to carry me all the way to America. This is why when I came to America, I have a lot of Middle Eastern stuff with me. I brought with me hummus. I brought with me all kind of stuff. Okay, your God believe in the Afrit. You Muslims are worried about the Trinity, and you believe in the Afrit who can carry the throne of Sulaiman and bring it to her. Ifrit to ya Ifrit, Ifrit to ya Ifrit, Ifrit to ya Ifrit, Ifrit to ya Ifrit, Ifrit to Jinn. Whoa. And always in their Islamic movies, when they bring a Afrit, he's like they do this, like, I am afraid. Oh. You don't even laugh normally. I mean, he's afraid. Like, come on. You want him to be afraid, and he just laugh like us? No way. I mean, are you stupid or what? The Abdul are worried about the Trinity. This is okay for them. The Trinity does not make sense. Afraid. Afraid, who is a genie, who is a shaitan, he can go and carry the throne of and look at the gang mentality. Afrit, who served Sulaiman, he told Sulaiman, I can go and bring you her throne. What does that mean? A bunch of thieves? The woman, she have a throne. How you want to bring it? Thieves. Islamic mentality. It's halal. As long it's owned by someone, he's not a Muslim, we can steal it. The Afrit said to him, I can bring it to you before even you stand. Look how fast he is. That's it. He bring it, nobody even will see him. He's faster than the light. This is not a silly God. This is a God have a lot of time to tell us all those stories. And don't forget here, before we arrive to this part in the story, uh, Suleiman, he have a bird. And as we showed you in the story, Suleiman, when he wear the ring, he can control all the birds. And this bird specifically, his name is Al-Hudhud. Let me show you how Al-Hudhud look like. We showed you before how the Hudhud look like, but for those who they are here first time. Al-Hudhud. In the Middle East, this is a holy bird. You cannot touch it. How lucky you are. Because of the story of the Quran. According to the Muslims, this bird, he was working as a minister for Suleiman, and he have two jobs. One of them is irrigation, and the other one is to find women who have no hair in their legs. You know, Suleiman is really lucky. People, they ask me, why are you still single? How I can find a woman she have no hair in her legs? It's impossible. We are Arab, we are very hairy. Once I went to swim in the swimming pool, they kicked me out. They told me you cannot swim with your clothes. I said, I'm not wearing my clothes, this is my hair. But this is not fair. Allah, he gave Sulaiman the control of this bird who can find the women who have no hair in her legs, but he did not give me the bird. And until now I'm looking. It's very hard. It's very hard, my friend. It's very painful. How in the world you can find a woman, she have no hair in her legs? If I have this bird, he can help me for sure. This guy, he have a special ability. He can see through. In one of the interpretation, a guy, he said to Ibn Abbas, how this guy he can see through, but if we cover the the seeds by dust, he cannot see it. Ibn Abbas, he said to him, aren't you afraid that Allah will strike you for saying that? The Abdul, he could not, he's not convinced with the story. So Ibn Abbas, to silence him, he said to him, aren't you afraid that Allah will strike you? Somebody saying this is the craziest thing. This is not the craziest thing. This is the logical thing in Islam. My friend, you did not see the crazy stuff yet. What are you talking about? This is not the crazy stuff. This is a crazy. This is very logical. I'm very convinced actually. Okay, just to prove that Allah is right, just to show you how you Christians kuffar, you are jealous. Okay, if you look at this bird, what do you see? Do you see how his hair is made? Subhanallah. This is his ranks. Do you see the Roman generals? Roman generals, the generals only, they wear those things in their head. Muhammad, he learned from the Jews that Al-Hudhud is a general of the army because of this. Obviously, I mean, look at this. I mean, if he is just a normal bird, there's no way. Why he have those ranks? Hello. I mean, you guys are a bunch of crazy. I mean, use your brain. If he is not a general in the army of birds, what he is, what is this? Why your chicken doesn't have that? Don't you see those generals, they sit next to Trump, they have like a lot of things in their shoulder and their, I mean, look. In the old days, they didn't put it in the shoulder, it's in the head. And actually, even this guy he have in his shoulders too. Look, look, look. See? Here it says, this is here, it says the specialty. You see it there? Very small. Did you ask yourself why his peak is so long? because he is a general. He have to peek around. I mean, how you can investigate stuff? He is like working in the MP in the same time. You hide stuff under the sand, he can dig and get it out, and he get you busted. Here we go. But the Muslims are worried about the Trinity. If I am you, I will be worried, my friend. Not about those stories in the Quran. Trinity. Trinity, brother, doesn't make sense. This is make sense. Those Christians are crazy. This is very convincing story. But wait until you see the rest of the story. The poor bird, after he found the queen of Sheba, Balqis, and Suleiman, he went all the way there. He fly with the flying carpet, carrying 600,000 chair. After they arrived there, when the queen of Sheba, she left her skirt because she thought there's a water in the ground. Suleiman, he noticed she have a lot of hair in her legs. Oh boy, how disgusting. But hold on. Here, the bird, he involved in the story again. He said to him, Suleiman, this must be a magical trick. It is the genie who made her hair grow like that because they want you not to marry her. And to be honest with you, I'm afraid really to one day to get married from a woman. In the morning she have no hair in her legs, afternoon she became like a bear. I mean, what if a genie, he want to seek revenge from me? Do you remember the Abdul who called me just 2 days ago, and he told me that Mary, she was a brightnet in 1 second? Anyone remember? Everything is possible in Islam. 1 second. That's it. She gave birth. 1 second. Tick, like this, like tick, and she gave birth to Isa. True story. Guys, aren't you bored of me? How many of you is bored? To be honest, just be honest with me. It's okay. You know, we are Arab together. We understand each other. We are hummus. Tell me the truth. How many of you is bored? You're not bored. I'm bored of myself. I say to myself, what if Allah one day made me a bird like this? I want to be a minister for once in my lifetime and look for women who have no hair in their legs. What a lovely job. Flying around the earth in the beaches, going to the beaches, looking at the women legs, this leg, look like those legs. Me, look at those legs. And Allah cannot be upset from me because this is my job. It's halal. It's halal. It's halal. I will be officially doing a job looking at women legs 24 hours, 7 days a week. What a lovely job. I am sure many men, they would like to be hired for such a lovely job. Brother, why you are looking at women legs? Aren't you ashamed, brother? Hey, you forgot who I am? I am Al-Hudhud. Who are you? Al-Hudhud. Okay. I am Al-Hudhud. I got that. So, I am Al-Hudhud. I got that. So what does that mean? It's my job to look for women who have no hair in their legs. So I have to look. Sorry. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Yet the Muslims are worried about Trinity. Trinity does not make sense. Okay. Let us go back. Where we stop? We stopped here. So Muhammad was praying, and the Afrit, this Afrit, the one we showed you, remember the bald guy? He started jumping in front of him. And then Muhammad, he cut him. Allah enabled me to overpower him. And I wanted to tie him up to one of the pillars of the masjid, which means the mosque, so that you could see him in the morning. if. Muhammad, he captured a genie. For the first time in history, somebody capturing a genie. And Muhammad now decide to tie up the genie in the column of the mosque. But then I remembered. I remember what my brother Suleiman said. My Lord, forgive me and bestow upon me the kingdom such as shall not belong to anyone after me. So Muhammad remembered that he should not control genie because the only one who have the right to control genies is Suleiman. Brother, Muslims, can't you tell that Muhammad is a big fat liar? I mean, people, they are desperately waiting to see a genie. They never saw a genie all their life. And now you capture a genie, you let him go just 5 minutes before they arrive. Brothers, sisters, just before you leave, before you come here, a second ago, I released the genie. What about you hold him for 5 minutes more? Let every Muslim see the genie. Take a selfie with the genie. Obviously, Muhammad here is not lying. This is a true story. And by the way, as long genie is a person who can be transformer, for those people who do not know, genie can go invisible. How you can capture him? Genie can go through the walls. How you can cut him and tie him up to a column? Any Abdul? How someone have the ability even to go inside your blood? Imagine, guys, genie can go inside your blood. He can go inside your penis. The prophet, he said, do you remember the prophet? He said, did I say the prophet? I should say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they cannot even say his name without saying sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you remember when the prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when a Muslim he have sex with his wife, he have to say certain prayer, otherwise shaitan is going to hurt his offspring? How is that? Let me see if I can find you the reference in English. Anybody have it saved? Let's see. I have it in my book too, but I will try to find it for you in English here on the internet. Um, anyway, until I find the reference in English, according to Muhammad, before you have to make the prayer, you have sex, you have to make a prayer. Otherwise, shaitan, if you don't do that, shaitan will round himself around your penis, and he will be the one doing your wife. And because of that, uh, uh, you know, the son will be the son of shaitan, not your son. Let us see. Prayer before intercourse. Trying to find it in English. Until now, I did not find it. But in Arabic, I can show it in the screen in a second. This is not an issue. Uh, all right. We can show the hadith, but it's not what I'm looking for really. See, this is the prayer Muhammad he said, but there is no details. I want to show you the details. Muhammad he says before you have intercourse with your wives, you have to say this prayer, so shaitan will not be able to hurt your children's. And how simply he hurt them, because they will be his kids, for he is going to round himself around the penis of the man, and he will be the one really having sex with the wife. So at that moment, if you don't say this prayer, literally you will be having threesome, according to Muhammad, which means Muhammad mother herself, she was having threesome because his mother was not a believer and she did not say that prayer. All right, this is always stupid and silly, the story. uh, okay, we go back to the story here. You can read this page, actually it's full of stupid stories. Muhammad he mentioned them, like as an example, the Afrit, he come to Muhammad and he put fire in front of his face, but nobody can see it except Muhammad. Only Muhammad can see the fire. All right, as you see here the story. And then Muhammad he sighs him, etc. Here you see the story of Suleiman. He have the flying carpet where he can carry in the top of the flying carpet all the horses, all before the flying carpet, by the way. Suleiman he used to have a flying horse. What they call those horses? Yeah, the one you see in the movies. I mean, like a horse with two wings. So Suleiman supposedly he got upset from his horse, upset from something, so he slaughtered the horse which used to fly with. He was anger for the sake of Allah. So Allah, after he slaughtered his horse, Allah he sent him the flying carpet as a replacement, which is very nice. I mean, look how nice Allah is. You have an old car, and your car, you burn your car. Allah he send you the bigger car. All right. No, unicorn. By the way, many people they think unicorn is a fake animal. Unicorn is a real. In Arabic, we call him Wahid al-Qarn. Unicorn. Many ignorant people they think unicorn is a fiction. You can go right now in Google and you find tons of animals. But we in the Middle East, we have an animal. We call him very well known in Arabic. We call him Wahid al-Qarn. So it is not a fiction name. Don't mix between this and that. We are talking about here something have two wings, not something have a unicorn. All right. Yeah, this is what we mean. Yeah. Anyway, so here you see that after he slaughtered his horse, Allah he gave him a flying carpet, and you will notice here Suleiman he is in control of all the genie and shayateen. You see here it says shayateen. Shayateen, they are working for Suleiman. Suleiman, like the Muslims, they try to explain how Suleiman was able to build all those buildings. It cannot be built by a human. It must be shaitan. But Suleiman is a good guy, supposedly. How he is shaitan working for him? So Muhammad he copied this story from the Jews, from the legions of the Jews. And as we said, Muhammad, for a long time, he was trying to make himself a Jew, a perfect Jew. So whatever the Jew they say, he took it, he put it in the Quran. Yeah, my Skype is open, but now it's under the control of the genie. All right. So the shaitan, he built for Sulaiman, and he built what? If you see what he built for him, you will not believe it. Not only he built for him palaces or swimming pools, no, he even built for him statues. Even the Quran mentioned that. If you go in the Quran, you will find the Quran say the following. The Muslim, they try to hide this text in the Quran because it's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Because the Muslims always they say that Islam is against idols, making idols, correct? But as you see here in the Quran, in chapter 34, verse number 13, it says, يَعْمَلُونَ لَهُ مَا يَشَاءُ مِنْ مَحَارِيبٍ وَتَمَاثِيلٍ. Translation. Do you see it, guys? What the genie they make for what the shayateen, not only the genie, shaitan. What the shaitan he do build for Sulaiman? Do you see it? How Islam teach the Muslim, they say to us there was a statues and Islam is against the statues, and Islam, this is idol worshiping, it's haram, we cannot make images. How Muhammad he says those who make images Allah will punish them. How Muhammad he says those who make images Allah will bring them in the judgment day and he will say to them, blow on your image, bring it to life, because this is how he bring people to life, he breathe into it, blow into it. And then we find the Quran saying that Allah he gave Sulaiman the wisdom to order the shayateen to make a statues. Now any Muslim knows that the statues are for what? You like my new mic? Is that, guys, is this mic is better than the one before? Is this mic is better than the one before? Is it? It is? Is it the same or better than the one before? Okay. By the way, it's the same one. I'm just joking, it's a different one. This one is big and fat. Unbelievable. It's like big, like it's a big like a watermelon. Thanks to Allah, there's no Muslim will see it, otherwise they will do something with it. Because it looked like a watermelon. Unbelievable. So anyway, they give us a speeches about statues is haram, brother. Statues is haram. Do you see, brother? Some churches they have statues, brother. Haram, haram, brother. Haram, haram. What haram? What haram? Okay, somebody is asking me a question. Hold on. Zahrah, she said babies go to paradise if they die. And no, Zahrah, they will not. They will not. Sudden news, Zahrah. According to your prophet, because of his madness and his mental illness, your prophet, he said that babies, they might go to hell. And those are the reference in front of you, and they are sahih. All right, look how many of them, all of them, they are saying the same, that babies they might go to hell. Now this is absolutely stupid to say, and I agree with Zahra that, you see, Zahra, you are a Muslim, but you do not know that you are not believing in Islam. You think you are a Muslim, but you are not. You believe in the right thing, that children, babies should go to heaven, but this is not what Islam teach. Aisha, she was like you. She believed in the right thing, but Muhammad, he corrupt her. Aisha and Muhammad, they attended a funeral, and they went to see to pray in a child who is an infant. He just died. So Aisha, in her way back, she said to him, uh, this is a child, he will go to heaven, for he commit no sin and never reach the age of sin. Muhammad said to her, hey, Aisha, don't be stupid. Who care if he commits sin or he did not commit sin? Who care if he reached the age of sin or he did not reach the age of sin? It doesn't matter. Still, Allah, he created people who will go to hell when they are in the backbone of their father. So it doesn't matter he commits sin or not. The poor Muslims until now, they don't understand how silly the idea of Islam. They think you go to heaven if you don't commit sin. No. According to Islam, you go to hell or to heaven not because you committed sin, but because what Allah he decreed for you. Do you see it? Now don't tell me I'm making things up. This is, we are showing you from Sahih books. So now Zahrah, she said that a baby child will go to heaven, but her prophet don't agree with her. In a second you will see that Zahrah, she will agree with the prophet because they are corrupted people. They will not stand for what is right. Here we go, just the prophet said so, so we have to believe in it. That's it. She came here and she said the child should not go to hell. But now, after she saw her prophet saying that a child will go to hell, she have to agree with her prophet. Otherwise, she have to be consider herself an apostate. Are you there, Zahra? Zahra is the same person who called me last time and started crying. Oh, why you are calling Islam names? She should be playing victim. And she is the one who quote to me the Pact of Umar. But when we showed her the Pact of Umar from their own Islamic website and sources from the book of Ibn Kathir, she refused to read it. Where it says that the Prophet, he wanted to be ensured that the Christians are humiliated, disgraced, disrespected. When the Umar, the Caliphate, he should continue humiliating the Christians. She refused to read. But you could have played with a Christian prince. This is why myself, by the way, I don't play even chess with myself. I lose. Once I played chess with myself, nobody won. Because I was playing from the two side, which means it was me like and me versus me. But if I play I versus Christian prince, I will lose. How in the world Muhammad is a prophet of God, yet he claimed that a child he might go to hell because Allah, before he created him, he decided he will go to hell. How stupid that idea is. And where is mercy and justice? There's no mercy. There's no justice. Do we have any Muslim he didn't agree? Any Muslim he don't agree? Okay, as long there's no Muslim disagree. Any Muslim agree? The beautiful thing about Muslims, they always if you hire a Muslim in the Islamic parliament in Pakistan, all of them they agree. It doesn't matter what the president he say. If you go to any kingdom, any Islamic kingdom, everybody agree with the king because they are just pictures, images. Who dare to don't agree? Who dare to say I don't agree? Muhammad said so, that's it. This is not about negotiation about what is right, what's wrong. That's it. Muhammad, he said this, that's mean this is how it is. A child, a baby, an infant will go to hell. Well, nice to meet you, Muhammad. And not only this, the whole idea of Islam is destroyed by this. Why? Because what Muhammad is claiming, that it doesn't matter what you do, it's what Allah he decree. If you go in different hadith, you will see Muhammad he said, even we are getting away a little bit from our topic, but it's okay. All roads will make us reach to Mecca. According to Muhammad, and this is Muhammad speaking, and this is Sahih Bukhari, this is Sahih. Don't tell me, by the way, even the Da'if hadith is accepted, it's correct. Look at this. Muhammad he claimed, swearing by Allah, and by Allah, a person among you may do the deeds of people of the fire till there is one cubit or an arm breadth distance between him and the fire. That's it, you are almost there. What does that mean? Doing the work of hellfire, like you are not killing people, you are not hating the Christians, you don't hate the Jews, you don't hate the Hindus, you are not killing them, you are not committing suicide, you are not making lies about Christianity and about the Christians. This is will, according to Islam, that will lead you to hell. So this is the person who don't want to hate, to kill, to etc., to blah 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 blah, and that make him close to hell fire. But then what is written by Allah proceed, and he does the deeds of paradise and he entered. Have you ever heard of a madness like this? So it doesn't matter really. Your work is not going to change anything. It's what Allah wrote for you is going to take over. And then Muhammad he continue, other side of the story. He said, and then a man may do the deeds of people of paradise till there's only a cubit or a two between him and paradise. Then that is written proceed, and he does the deeds of people of hellfire and he entered. Which mean Islam officially is mental religion, because it is not your deeds will decide if you are good and qualified to go to heaven. It is what is written by Allah, as you see. Are you there, Zahra? Guys, don't speak badly to Zahra, please. Anyone will speak to her badly, I will ban you. And none of your business if she is searching for a man or not. Here we are talking about religion. If you cannot speak with respect to others, please leave. And by the way, what if she is looking for a man? What is wrong with that? What, do you want her to look for a woman? What's wrong with you? I mean, why your people are silly? Be mature. So as you see here, your deeds is not a reason to go to heaven. It's what Allah here wrote for you will proceed. So what the point of converting to Islam? What the point of a praying 5 times? There's no point. There's no point. And if you are a Muslim, please think with me. I mean, here we go. The guy is doing the work of hellfire, he go to heaven, and the one who was doing the work of heaven, he go to hellfire. Why? Because what is written by Allah proceed. Any Muslim have a comment? Any Muslim can explain this madness? So according to this Christian prince, he might go to heaven according to Islam still, after all what he did? Calling Zakir Naik 3 times a day, sometime 5 or 6 times a day, huh? Questioning the sexual ability of the prophet, which is holy prophet penis, speaking about the balls and testicles of I mean, and then he, what Allah wrote is going to proceed and he go to heaven. I mean, is that fair? And you, a Muslim who go to Hajj, who go around the Kaaba, who kiss the black stone which in the shape of a vagina, you go to hell? A'udhu billah. That's not fair. That's what your prophet is saying. A person who do the work of hellfire, he go to heaven, because what at the end what Allah written proceed. And a person who do the work of paradise, he go to hell, because what written by Allah proceed. What a stupid cult. Do we have any Muslim have a comment? Yeah, you know, Zahra, she is just trying to defend her religion, and I understand, but you cannot. You cannot. Here we go. Look, I am here on air. Who can defend Islam? Where are they? The Muslims, the big names. They claim to be have knowledge. The Muslims, they want to debate Christians who do not know Arabic, for a very simple reason, because they can get them busted easy. Let us debate someone who do not know much about Islam, and he cannot get us busted. And if they want to debate you, they want to debate you only about the Trinity, to avoid Islam problems. But Muslims anyway, they don't believe in the oneness of God. It's a lie. Even the word the Muslim they use, they say Tawheed. Tawheed does not mean oneness. Tawheed, let's ask anyone speak Arabic, you will see Tawheed mean unification. Tawheed الدول العربية, unification, or the Arabian states. Tawheed never was, and never will be oneness. It's about unifying. How you can unify what is one if you believe in the one is one already, right? 6 in Wednesday, according to the Shia, it's a big problem. Some Shia, they believe, like, certain days you should not have sex, because if you do sex in those days you will have a big problem. The Shia, they have their own belief, like if you wear yellow shoes, your penis will be very powerful. If you wear black shoes, your penis will not even stand up even for the anthem. And that's why if you look at my shoes, I don't have a black, Alhamdulillah. Do we have any Muslim have any comment? How silly the God of Islam, beyond imagination. Look, let's see here what it says. If we go, you know what, I want a Muslim to call me and to tell me, or to ask me to ask him a question about Quran, and this is my challenge for you. You tell me what the question you like me to ask you, and the challenge is the following: you yourself You will not accept the verse you will quote for me or the chapter. You yourself, you will not accept what is going to come from that question. In other way, you yourself will be ashamed of the chapter you choose for me. Who want to take the challenge? Guys, do you see how sure we are? Who is a Muslim can call me and choose for me a chapter from the Quran. And my duty is any chapter. We have 114 chapters. And my duty is to show him that this chapter is a stupid. Who want to do that? Don't send me anything in Skype. Why you are sending me those hadith? Yeah, do you like? I mean, I need you to teach me what to post. Why you are posting me those things? Who is a Muslim wanna call me? We have a guy here is trying to call. Let us see who is he. Isn't this the same guy? I don't know. He have no energy. His power is off. Oh, a guy he's sending me this hadith. He says you said no kids will go to paradise. He said this hadith will prove me wrong. Okay, let's read together. She reported in the authority, narrated Hasna, the daughter of Muawiyah. She reported that in the authority of her paternal uncle asked the Prophet, who are in paradise? He replied, the Prophet are in paradise. The murderers are in paradise. Infants are in paradise, and children are buried alive are in paradise. My friend, thank you very much for giving this hadith, because this is a proving that your prophet is a hypocrite man and is a liar. Why? Because if both stories are sahih, then your prophet he contradict himself. Correct, guys? If both his stories are sahih, a prophet of God, he should not say the opposite of what he confirmed to be true. The one you just gave me saying that an infant will go to paradise, it says that in the front of you, right? In fact, in the front of us it says wal mawludu fi jannah. Al mawlud is not the infant. We do not know really what he meant by al mawlud, but I am assuming it's mean the newborn baby, so the translation might be possible. However, if this is what your prophet said, that's mean your prophet is a liar, because what we will do with this, how he is a prophet of God and he contradict himself. Look how many times here your prophet repeat the same story, that baby they will not go to heaven. Not necessarily they might go to heaven, they might go to hell. It was the idea of Aisha that the happiness for this child, he will be a bird from the birds of paradise. So based on the other hadith you gave me, Muhammad should agree. Correct, guys? Do you see how false prophet they get themselves busted? He says something in the morning, he says something afternoon. They cannot be both true. Which one is true? So thank you very much helping me to prove Muhammad to be a false man. Imagine Jesus says in the morning that an infant will go to heaven, and then afternoon he says infant will go to hell. Are you there, Mr. Zuhri? Or you Zuhra? I don't know. This is your name as a girl. I don't know. Are you there, Zahra? So which one of them now? What we will do? Who is the liar here? Muhammad the one, Muhammad the second? By the way, this hadith is reported from who? The daughter of Muawiyah. The daughter of Muawiyah, she heard from. Well, we have Aisha here. Send you the one, the hadith I quote. Which one? All of them. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. Which one? Here we go. I will post it in the text. One after one. The hadith you gave me is a shish kebab hadith. Even though it says sahih. But if it is sahih, that's mean Muhammad is a liar again. Look how many of them. There is a contradiction. Clear contradiction. All of those are sahih. All of them are sahih. Not a single one is not sahih. So what we will do? False prophet, he cannot remember what he said. This is why Muhammad, he made this verse in the Quran. If you remember, Muhammad, he says, وَمَا نَنْسَخُ مِنْ آيَةٍ أَوْ نُنْسِهَا نَأْتِي بِخَيْرٍ مِنْهَا أَوْ مِثْلِهَا. How in the world that it can be? How in the world God, he says such a thing? But the answer is very simple. Muhammad, he cannot recite the same verse twice correctly. So Muhammad, he have to come with an excuse. So he said, nothing of our revelation we do abrogate or cause to be forgotten. Allah caused Muhammad to forget Quran? How that can be? Is it Allah in the Quran says to Muhammad, سنقرؤك فلا تنسى? We will recite the Quran for you and you will never forget? How we will recite the Quran for you and you will not forget, and we will make you forget? Which one of them is true? Do you see the contradiction? One verse saying, none of our revelation we cause to abrogate or cause to be what? Forgotten. Who is the one will forget the Quran? Muhammad. And what is the purpose? Because Allah will bring something better or similar. I mean, have you ever heard of a silly God, silly logic like this? So imagine I say to you, hummus shish kebab hummus, and I make you forget. And now I will bring you something similar. I will say to you again, hummus shish kebab hummus, but you say to me, this is the same as the first one. I say, see, I told you I will bring you something similar. Notice here he said similar. It's not going to be exactly the same. Why? Because he cannot recite the verse twice correctly. So the excuse here, yes, Allah, he made me recite it similar way because he caused me to forget the first one and he gave me something similar. What do you say, Muslims? How silly, how stupid is God, that he will make me forget his revelation to give me something similar to his revelation. Have you ever heard of something more silly than this? I make you, and this is the one is talking is God. God make you forget what he told you, his revelation. I thought revelation is preserved. Do we have any Muslim? Yeah, if there is a person, he is a Muslim and he have a filthy mouth, we better give him, we ban him from the text, because if filthy language will bring filthy language to our chat, then we don't welcome that. We don't want people to be filthy. Everybody is welcome, even if you are filthy, you have a filthy mouth, but don't open your mouth here. Keep the filthy words inside. So, same time, if you are a person who is a Christian, you should not speak the same they do speak. You see, I get angry, I get upset, but we should not go down to the level of the devil. And we don't hate the Muslims, and we should not ever hate them. If you are a Christian, you believe in the Bible, you know what the Bible says. Love your enemy. They think we are their enemy, but we don't have them as enemies. I don't believe they are my enemy. I believe they are poor people. They are being misled. They've been taught false information about us. They've been taught that we are the worst of the creatures, the most ugly ones, the liars, the deceivers, blah, 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 blah. All bad things. Let them know you who you are. Present the truth. If you act in a way which is not a Christian way, that will make them believe that the Quran say something truthful about us. And we are not what the Quran says. The Quran do not know even what we worship. He think that Mary is of the Trinity. He think that the Christian they say that Allah is the Messiah. He think that the Christians they say that we worship the Jews they worship a guy, his name is Uzair, and if you read the whole Bible we will not find Uzair. I mean, tons of stupid stories. Quran has nothing to do with our belief. Nothing there is a truthful about us. And we are here to correct them, not, it might be some people they might think that I'm insulting. I'm not insulting. I find it funny, stupid. What I can do? Bring me a smart book, I will say it's smart. The verse in front of me proved to me that the one who wrote this book is an idiot, literally an idiot. How I am God and I send you a verse and then I say to you I will cause you to forget it to make you something, give you something better or similar. How Allah can make Quran better than the Quran? I mean, isn't this idea alone is officially stupid? Imagine we have God, he write a verse, he delete a verse to give you a better verse than this verse. How it can be better? How the word of God can be better than the word of God? I think Allah is going to use a software. It's called the Grammarly. What it's called to check the grammar mistakes in the Quran. Is that the case? What do you mean you are going to give us something better? And what do you mean? And to get more silly when he says something similar. Better or similar? I'm getting dizzy here. Imagine God, you have a wife. Oh, forget about wife. I don't want to get killed today. You have a mother-in-law, huh? And she is very aggressive. And she beat the hell of you every day. And then Allah, he said to you, I'm going to replace her and I will give you something similar. I mean, please, God, thank you very much. Please. I mean, you are going to replace her with something similar. I mean, hello. Something similar. Like, what does that mean? How silly. How stupid. And now we have a competition between Allah and Allah. Allah make verse, and now Allah will show us that He can do better verse. Allah, can you write better than this? Absolutely. Give me 5 minutes. This yes, the last verses in the Fatiha refer to the Christians and the Jews. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. المغضوب عليهم is the Jews. Sorry, the Jews, and الضالين is the Christians, the lost, the misguided. So according to Islam, the Jews are the cursed one, and the Christians are the misguided. All right. Now, according to Quran, and this is another silly stuff. According to Quran, we are misguided because of Allah. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid religion more than this? You see, if I want to talk about everything silly in Islam, I will spend the rest of my life speaking about how silly it is. Right? Let's see this verse. Allah in the Quran says that Allah, the one who He misguide or He deceive, nobody can guide him. The one who He deceive, nobody can guide him. Chapter 4, verse number 88. As an example, there's many of them. The one who Allah He deceive, nobody can guide. And look at the false Muslim translation. They say here, who ye guide those whom Allah has thrown out of the way? What way? Is it a highway? What do you mean thrown? I mean, if you read the Islamic translation, you will feel like you are in the what this game they call it, like, you know, they put a mice inside like roads and have to find a way to get out. What Allah throw away? What does that mean? The Muslims simply they are trying to cover the stupidity in the Quran. Look at this guy here. Allah has sent astray. How Allah He sent us astray? He made us Christians. The word in Arabic is adal. Adal in Arabic means deceived. Are you going to guide the one who Allah deceived? No, you cannot, because the one who Allah deceived, no one can guide him. So based in Islam, Allah He misguided us and deceived us, yet He will punish us because He deceived us. Have you ever heard of a silly God like this? And not only that, Allah He decreed to the Christian to be Christians. You remember we showed you in the hadith where it says that Allah He decreed for everyone what He will say. Do you remember the hadith between Adam and Moses? When Moses he said to Allah, to Adam, because of you we are kicked out of heaven. Adam he said to him, do you blame me for something Allah He decreed to me which I should do 40 years before my creation? And this is Sahih. So if Adam, let us say for the sake of argument, Adam he commits sin, and let us say Christianity is a sin, let us measure between the two stories. Adam commits sin and the Muslim don't dare to say no, he did not. Okay. Christians, according to Muslims, it is wrong, it is a big sin to believe in Jesus as God. Okay. Now, based on this, if we cannot blame Adam for the sin he did, because Allah He decreed what he should do 40 years before his creation. How silly, how stupid Islam is. Allah He decreed to Adam to eat from the tree, and then He kicked him out for what He decreed for him. This is, let us present to you Allah the deceiver. He deceived Adam. Do you remember, guys? Anyone have the video? If somebody remember the video, if you can give it to me so we can play a little bit a part of it. When a Muslim, he called me and he says, yes, Allah, he deceived Adam because Allah wanted to be known. Do you remember? So he chose Adam to be a victim. Who remember the guy who called me? He said that, the Muslim. Allah, he deceived Adam because he wanted to be known. Hey guys, I wanted to be known. I am Allah and I like to deceive you. How silly. How silly this God is. So Allah, he kicked Adam from paradise, and he is not just, because Adam, as you see, Adam is a victim. He says to him, are you blaming me, you idiot? And by the way, here you look like Musa, the Muslim. They say to us, Musa is a Muslim. But if you look at Musa's question here, Musa obviously is a Christian, because Musa believes in the original sin. What original sin? Original sin is a very simple idea, that we are out of paradise because our father Adam, he commits sin. Obviously, Moses, he shared the same belief with the Christians, and proven Muhammad again to be a false prophet because he claimed that Moses was a Muslim. And this debate happened after Moses died. So Moses died as a person who believed in the original sin. Do you see it? I mean, Muhammad, wherever he speak, you see, Muhammad is like somebody, he wanna hold the water in an egg basket. This is how silly he is. He have millions of holes in his basket, and he's trying to convince himself that he have water there, and his religion will hold together. But this basket will not show how silly he is until you put water in it. Muhammad is like a guy, he have a ship, and the ship is in the desert, and he says to you that this ship is the one will bring you salvation. And then the Muslim in the judgment day, they jump in the ship, and the flood came, and they found that the ship is full of holes. They find that the ship of Muhammad was nothing but a basket of eggs, and holes is all over. And look at the Muslims. Who can bring us to a conclusion that we are wrong? Who is the Muslim can show us that we are not sharing something truthful? I have someone who's supposed to he left Islam, and after listening to me, I think, and he's saying to me, which one is better to join, Protestant or Catholic? My friend, don't join Protestant, join Catholic, join Christ. Don't believe in a priest, believe in the Messiah, my friend. Me, myself, Christian Prince, I am neither a Protestant, neither a Catholic, neither Orthodox. I am a follower of the Messiah. He is my Lord, no bishop, no priest. So you left Islam, you accepted the Messiah, you do not need any of those names. All the churches are my churches as long they are teaching the right thing. The Bible says, examine the spirit, which means the teacher who teach you. If he is a false, corrupt, stay away from him. If he says something against the Bible, that means he is a corrupt man. It doesn't matter if he's a Catholic, Protestant, or Orthodox. And be aware, there's liars everywhere. The Lord, he says, they will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. So he can be a priest in the uniform, but he can be the devil inside. We don't trust a man because he called himself a priest. Actually, me myself, I don't trust anyone, specifically if he say he's a priest, unless he prove himself right. Why? Because there's many who they are satanic people. They go inside the church in order to hurt the church. It's a mission. How I can hurt from outside the house? I cannot. I should go inside the house. Bacterias. And this is why Jesus says, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So follow the one who do his will and avoid the one who do not do his will. My friend, there is many people here, they like to attack the Catholic Church in the Vatican. Go and do your best, but not in my chat. I don't care for you and your Vatican. Have fun with it. We don't believe in a Vatican. We don't believe in a Protestant. We don't believe in Orthodox. Stupidity here is not allowed. We believe in Jesus the Messiah. Anything here else is not welcome. So I warn you, anyone will create division between the follower of Christ, I will spit at you and I will kick you out. Not before I spit. All those division is from the devil, not from God. And anyone he play games of the division, he is serving the devil. People of God is one. There's no churches. We are one church. And that is the church which followed the Christ the Messiah. The man who follow a man, he is a fool. The man who follow a priest, he is a fool. Don't follow me myself, I'm a Christian prince, I'm a sinner like you. How you can trust a sinner, you idiot? If your best example is a sinner, it's mean you're a fool. My best example is the Messiah, is not a priest. But I know many people, they like conspiracy. I mean, do you know the word gossip? There's someone, they say, there's some people, they say women, they like gossip, but there's men, they live for gossip. And they lie about others. Like I know I heard many lies about the Catholic. They are the one who created Islam. Vatican hiding secret, blah 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 blah. I mean, stupidity and garbage. Vatican simply is an organization more than a church. Big organization. And corruption is existing all around the earth. Whatever human being he goes, corruption go with him. Have nothing to do with Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, Muslims, Christians, Jews, Hindus. Human being is corrupt. So you are a fool when you point your finger at someone, says, eh, they are hiding secret. You are yourself hiding secret too. You claim to be holy, but you are a sinner. You point your finger at them that they are hiding, but you are hiding too. And what I notice, that those who do a lot of sin is the one who point their finger at others to avoid people seeing them. It's like when I make a scandal about someone else, so I will disappear in the crowd, so no people will not see my scandal. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? It is satanic strategy. Let us point at the finger. This is what Jesus said. Before you see, the little thing in the eye of your brother, go and get the wood in your eye. Hey, the awesome dude. Listen, awesome dude. I have no time for a stupid talk. Either you call me or call your daddy. Take a hike. I have patience for you for the last hour. You're calling me names. But obviously you are here just to call names. You did not say anything except you are a liar. Well, nice to meet you. I am a liar because I did not say that you will go to heaven and your penis will be endless. I am the liar. I am the liar or the one who says to you your wife ass will be 1 mile. You remind me of Paul when he says, if my lies, and the Muslim they say, did you see Paul? He says my lies. They cut the sentence. Do we have any Abdul want to say something? By the way, I'm not against that my wife in heaven here, she will be 1 mile ass. And I will tell you the benefit of this. I'm thinking to open a manure company. If we have at least 70 wives, 72, each one of them, her ass is 1 mile. If they do poo-poo once a day at least, and everyone provide at least a mile of manure, that's mean I will be able to have tens of thousands of tons of manure, and I will become rich from selling shit. And this will be a shitty business, or let us say it's a hell of a shitty idea. So a Muslim, he said to Christian Prince, you're a liar, but the lies which is obvious of Muhammad is not a lie. And you know what? I'm not going to even think about the idea of buying my wife an underwear in the heaven of Allah. I hope Allah will provide us those. Her ass is 1 mile. I mean, from where I'm going to buy a fabric for her? If her ass is 1 mile, how big is her bra will be? And you know what? I was thinking once to do a program of hiking in the top of those one of those women asses, because Allah he spent 1,000 years to smooth the skin of the women there, so it's going to be very smooth. I want to see. I challenge you to do a hiking in them. You will not be able to do so because it's so smooth. It's like those Japanese program, you know, you see like trying to climb the area, and they have like oil in it or water or whatever, so you fell down. It's going to be a lot harder. And let the whole world watch in satellite. Millions of men trying to hide over the ass of a beautiful whore in the heaven, and they cannot go because it's very smooth. It's very huge, very, very high. It's like a big mountain, and very smooth and very wide too. And you are talking about lies. You believe in this? Sometimes a human being is really silly, not only his God. But anyway, silly human follow a silly God. And that's what Islam is about. You have to be silly to believe that the God you believe in is providing you in the promises he promised. The promises of God is in clear evidence of who is he. Do we have any Muslim want to say something? So guys, before we finish, is this microphone is good or we switch the old microphone? Please tell me for real. Maybe we should play two videos and same time after I finish, and I look at both of them to see which one of them is more better, because this is different microphone. Is good. All right. We have this guy, Kani Nani. You will expose me soon. Why you don't do it now? I mean, why soon? Why Muslim they keep saying to me soon, and this is since 20 years ago. How soon? You remind me of your prophet when he says soon the Messiah will come, and the Messiah never come. Your prophet said the moon is split and judgment day is near, and here we go 1400 years ago. There's no moon split and there's no judgment day is near. Soon you wanna expose me? Expose me now. I mean, why you are being very merciful? Why soon? Huh? I think he is using soon. He mean inshallah, And as long you are saying inshallah, it's mean will never happen. Right? Anyway, guys, soon, inshallah, the Muslims will debate me. Inshallah, soon. Inshallah. Yeah. After all the Muslims leave Islam. Do you know how many Muslims left this week just from Indonesia because of my videos? You will not believe it. I mean, I am receiving messages like rain from Indonesia. Me, myself, I could not even believe, because as I know, Indonesians don't speak English, most of them. But look what happened. There's very nice Christians who they are downloading my videos, adding translation to the videos. And people like most of people who they speak maybe little English. I mean, like I receive messages. It's kind, you can tell the one who is speaking his English is really like basic, but yet they are leaving Islam left and right because of those Christians who they are translating the videos into the language of the Indonesian. They are doing a great job. Actually, if you take a video of mine, you translate it to Indonesian, after 2 hours you will find it have like 10,000 view. There's videos have like 100,000, 200,000. So Indonesian are thirsty to know the truth about the cult of Islam, and they are leaving Islam left and right, and I'm very happy for them. Very happy for them. And this will happen around the earth. This internet is a disaster for Allah. It's a big disaster. The Muslim, they use the internet for their propaganda too, trying to fool many Christians, and they were able to fool some, but it doesn't work for long. And actually, even those who converted to Islam later, they will become an enemy to Islam when they discover that they've been scammed and lied to. The same as we saw with the guy, he called himself a brother Ishmael, who was a Muslim for more than 16 years. So my friend, we are victorious, for we follow the truth. And you are unable to answer because your prophet is an idiot. Not only a liar, I mean, there's smart liars, but your prophet obviously is a stupid liar. This guy, he cannot keep his mouth shut. And the more he talk, the more he do poo-poo. He don't talk. This is poo-poo, what we see in the screen. This is not talking. This is beyond talking. And this is why I'm very thankful that your prophet, he talked a lot. So now we have a lot of manure, enough to fertilize every mouth speaking lies, to fix their mouths and make them understand better. Before we go, do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Last call. Mayday, Mayday. Last call. Any Abdul? Mayday, Mayday. No Abdul. All right. The Muslim now, they will go and they will say, Christian Prince, he stopped his broadcast because he is scared. Just watch their text and you will see what they will say. Yes, Zahra. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Zahra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you speak louder, please?
Yes, is this better?
Let me see. Maybe it's from my side. I'm not sure why the voice. No, my speaker is all the way up. Okay. So what do you want to say to us, Zahra? Go ahead.
You challenged earlier. You had a challenge for us Muslims, right?
Okay.
If you choose like a chapter, could you go to chapter 109?
109. All right. Are you sure?
Yes, it's a very short chapter. If you don't mind, like
No
just
problem.
going through the.
Okay. But this is your choice, right? You will not regret.
I won't.
Okay. Guys,
Inshallah.
this is her choice. She will not regret. Actually, I say, and don't be offended. We made a challenge. You call me because of this challenge, correct? Don't cry, not like last time. You promised me you want to cry.
I didn't cry last night. Last time I was emotional because I was reading the pact.
Okay, come
and
on. Okay, here we go, guys. This is a chapter. Our sister Zahra here, she chose for us, and the challenge for me to prove it is stupid. Not only is stupid, it's beyond stupidity. Let me show you why. Say or disbelieve, or disbeliever, kafirun, kuffar. I worship not which you worship, nor you worship which I worship, and I shall not worship that you worship, nor you worship that I worship. Into you your religion, into me mine. Let me show
this
you
is
how.
from the creator. This is a message to humanity from the creator.
Okay, but this is stupid.
You will not be able to change another person's belief.
My friend,
and I saw in your chat many people are praying to become a Christian.
Are you going to cry?
I never become a Christian, just like many don't want to become a Muslim.
Are you going to cry?
I am very happy with my religion. I believe in the one creator who is not a man, who is not a woman, who did not give birth.
Hold on. First of all, your God is a man. Don't change the topic. You call me to talk about the chapter.
No.
Okay,
the Arabic word is
here we go.
My creator is not a man.
No, your God is a man. Don't lie. Here we go. This is the hadith in front of you. It's sahih. Your God is a man, and he look exactly as the following. He is short, he is hinted, he is woolly haired, he's not one-eyed. This is the description of your prophet, unless you are saying to me that your prophet is a liar.
That is concerning our prophet. Is concerning like the Antichrist.
Yes.
So
he is comparing between the Antichrist. Hold on. He is comparing between who? How the Antichrist look like and how Allah look like.
Will come and say that he is the Lord.
No problem. So, if Antichrist is a man, why Muhammad is worried that the Muslim will be confused about him? What he said, the only difference between him.
Antichrist will come and his agenda will come and say, first say to the people, follow me, I am Jesus.
Okay, no problem.
And then people won't believe him.
Guys, did you hear?
And then he'll say, I am God.
He will say, I am Jesus. So what the problem? He is a man. So why Muhammad saying, I am afraid that you will be confused about
you
him?
Want, but we know, just go to the shortest surah, Ikhlas. It says, God does not forget.
One by one. Hold on, don't change the topic. Don't change the topic. Why Muhammad is confused if this man will say, I am Jesus? Why this man, Muhammad, is worried that you Muslims are confused about him? You might think that this is Allah, and he is saying the only difference between him and Allah is one eye. How many eyes you God have?
We are taught not to have any pictures of our creator, but we know that it is not like us.
No, you have.
Our creator is nothing like we've ever seen.
I'm not asking you about the picture now. I'm asking you how many eyes your God have.
I don't know, because we don't have any pictures of our creator.
No, we know. Muhammad
the only time we'll see our creator when we go
to
paradise. But besides that, we don't know.
Listen, your prophet, he said you should know that your God is not one eye. So he should have more than one eye. Do you agree? At least.
The Antichrist is described in Islam. He will come like one eye is blind.
You see, you are running away from the question.
No, I'm reading the hadith right now.
No, you are not reading the hadith. The hadith doesn't say the Antichrist is anti-Islam.
Dajjal is Antichrist.
First of all, Dajjal is not Antichrist. This is the stupid translator. There's nowhere in Islam believing in Antichrist. They believe in the Dajjal.
We believe in Dajjal. I am Muslim, right?
Yes, Dajjal.
We believe there will come an Antichrist.
Okay, no, he is not Antichrist.
Towards the end of time.
He is not Antichrist. He is the false Messiah, supposedly, not Antichrist. Dajjal means the liar, which means Christ the liar, the false one. Now, why you're a prophet here comparing between the look of the false Messiah and Allah? He should compare between the false Messiah and the real Messiah. Explain to us.
Because the Antichrist will come and say to the people that he is the creator, that he is the Lord, that he is God, that he is Allah. And then the prophet is telling people, if he comes, just know your creator does not look like this.
No, my friend.
He does not have one eye. He is not blind.
We
believe as Muslims, our creator doesn't come to this world as a human, as a dog, as a changing forms. We believe that our creator is above.
Hey, the gun machine. Let us talk together. We cannot like this. Don't keep going. Show me where it says that the Messiah will say he's Allah. The false Messiah, he will say, I am the Messiah. That's why his name is the false Messiah. His name is the false Messiah. He claimed to be the Messiah. So he will come and he claimed to be the Messiah. He don't claim to be Allah. Now, why Allah comparing between him and the look of him and the look of Allah if Allah is not a man?
How many times I should explain to you? Did you not understand it? The 2 times I told you before.
When?
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, is telling us that the Antichrist Dajjal will come, and then he will tell people that he is the creator, that we should follow him, like he is our Lord, we should follow him.
Can you show
but
me,
he's fake, he's not real.
Can you show me the reference that he will say that he is the creator? And even if he says that, what does have to do with the look of the eye of this man and the look of Allah?
Because we know that the Antichrist is blind in one eye.
Okay, and Allah is not blind in one eye.
Our creator, we don't know how our creator looks, but we know that he's above that.
Listen,
our creator is above any like you can compare everything, but we cannot never compare our creator. We don't have any pictures. He's not white, he's not black, we don't know what he is.
You have a picture. Hold on,
because the Arabic word for it's a little bit different.
You are like a gun machine. You are crazy. You have mental issue. You cannot stop talking. Listen to yourself. Listen. How he don't have a picture, but your prophet is comparing between him and Allah. He did not compare between him and the Messiah. Let us say this guy, he says he is God. Why he is saying you should know that your God is not one eye?
The
what
prophet,
does that have to
peace
do?
be upon him,
this man, listen, this man, he
can
will
I
come
finish?
This man will come as a man, or he will come in the look of a God.
Can I finish my sentence?
I know, I want to answer. This man will come in the look of a man, or he have a different look. What is his look? Is his look
the Antichrist? He is not comparing. He's not comparing God to Antichrist. He's comparing like Antichrist is trying.
Let me show everybody how you Muslims run away. The look of the Antichrist. Do he look as a man, or he look like an elephant, or look like God? What he look like?
It's coming like a man.
Okay,
it's
thank you.
Like a man.
Guys, did you hear this?
As a human being, but it's not God.
Okay, hold on. So why Muhammad is worried that you are confused about him, and he is saying that Allah is not one-eyed? If the man, he looked like a man anyway, how you will think that this is Allah? I mean, how stupid the statement is, unless Allah is a man too. And now we might be confused about the look of this man and this man. So if the man is coming as a man, what's the problem? Why the Muslim will think he is Allah?
You know what? I'll just refer back to the verse, the chapter that I just told you to read. For you is your religion, for me is my religion. I know, and every Muslim knows, and we believe our creator is not a man and not a woman.
When you have an answer,
our creator,
you run away. No, you are.
You know Mathal A'la. You know Mathal A'la in Arabic.
Shut up. I have to hang up on you because you are a donkey now. She jumped in the verse to avoid answering. And I will go back to the verse, by the way, because we accept the challenge, and you chose the perfect verse to prove Islam to be false. Just wait. I asked her if the man, the false Messiah, will come as a man, or he will look like an elephant of God or God. She said, no, he will come as a man. So why Muhammad saying, if you are confused about him, read carefully with me. If you are confused about him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. What is the only difference between this man and Allah? One eye. What's wrong with this eye? This eye have a defect. So Allah have the same look of a man. Otherwise, if he is coming as a man, why the Muslim would think he's a man? He's God. That's stupid. If you Muslim reject a God to be a man, then how in the world Muhammad is saying, if you are confused about him, you should know that your Lord is not one-eyed? Should be, he should say, you should know that Jesus or the Christ is not one-eyed, because this guy is taking the identity of Christ. In Arabic, there's nothing is called the Antichrist. This is a fabrication. In Arabic, it says Al-Masihud Dajjal, the false Messiah, Messiah the liar, which means he claimed to be the Messiah. He's not claiming to be Allah. That's number one. Number two, as you see Muhammad here, he described even how he looked like. He is short, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, I'm afraid that you are confused about him. You should know that your Lord is not one eye. This is number one. Number two, you said that we don't worship a man. Let us see what your prophet he said. And I hope you are listening, Zahrah. I will call you back, but because you are a talking machine, you don't stop. We cannot talk in the same time. If we go and see what your prophet said about Allah, look, we will find the hilarious Muhammad describing Allah. She said, we do not know how Allah look like. I can play for you tons of verses now and from the Quran and Hadith. Muhammad is speaking about the hands of Allah, the 5 fingers of Allah, the foot of Allah, the face of Allah, and they are literally, physically, literally parts. But look at this. Muhammad said that Allah will come to you in the judgment day in a shape. And you Muslims, when you see him first time, you are going to reject him. Look what happened. Allah will come to them in a shape other than the one they know and will say, do you see the word shape? So your Allah confirmed to be a physical being. And all the Muslims, by the way, agree that he is a physical being. He had no spirit, he is not a spirit. So Allah will come to them in a shape. What shape is that? The Muslims do not know. And he will say, I am your Lord. The Muslims will say, we seek refuge with Allah from you, which means the Muslim, they consider Allah a devil because he changed his shape. I mean, how stupid the story is. You Muslims, you will accuse Allah to be a devil because he changed his shape, which means you Muslims, you worship a shape, you don't worship God. It doesn't matter what the shape is. You are consistent in only one shape you like. If you bring me different shape, I will not accept it. Even if Allah himself, he is the one who's coming to you, just he changed his shape, now you don't like him, you refuse him and you say to him, we seek refuge from you by Allah, which means you are the devil, because the Quran says, and each time the shaitan he whispers into you or he whisper into you, you seek refuge by Allah. This is a statement only used when you hear the voice of the devil. And then they will say to you, we will not follow you till our Lord comes to us. And then when the Lord come to us, we will recognize him. Allah then will come to them in a shape they knew, and they will say, I am your Lord. They will say, no doubt you are our Lord. And they will follow him. Now, is this about seeing a physical being? Yes. Read the verse, hadith from the beginning. People, they ask, Muhammad says, shall we see Allah, our Lord, in the day of resurrection? He said, yes. And he explained how easy it's going to be seen. And then he described that Allah have many shape. So now what we learn from this, that Allah have shape number 1, shape number 2. And this is against what Muslims, they always try to convince us that Allah is one. Because now what happened to shape number 1? Unless you are believing that Allah is a transformer, the same as we see in the movies. Shape number 1, shape number 2. When Allah became shape number 2, what happened to shape number 1? He put it in the closet. And what it does mean that Allah, he had a shape. That's mean he is a physical being, he is existing in space. Because he is not a spirit, as all Muslims believe. And as long he is exist inside the space, that means he is contained. And that's against what Islam teach, that Allah is above all things, nothing compared to Allah. But here we go, he is a shape inside. The second you say he's a shape, he's a shape. A mosquito have a shape, a cup have a shape, a ball have a shape, a house have a shape. Allah has a shape. Now, if we go and ask the Muslim scholars, and there's tons of videos made by Muslims, including Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik, he says Allah has a body, but how his body look like, we do not know. Thank you very much. So you are lying to us. You say to us, oh, this is not about describing Allah. No, it is about describing Allah. And Muhammad is telling you how you can recognize Allah. He is a man, and the only difference between him and this man is one-eyed. And we can see how many verses Muhammad he described Allah as a physical being, the Quran and the Hadith. Have you ever heard of a God he have a foot and it is a physical foot? You can go right now, search in Google, search in YouTube. Allah has a hand, Allah have a foot, Allah have a face, Allah have an eyes, Allah have 5 fingers. YouTube is full of videos made by Muslims. Yet when they speak to us, they deny them. Read with me what Muhammad said. The Prophet said, the people will be thrown into the hellfire, and it will say, are there any more to come? Till Allah puts his foot over it, and it will say, Qati, Qati, enough, enough. You can go right now and search in YouTube for the video made by sheikhs about Allah have a foot, and they explain and they say, yes, this is a literally foot, a real foot. Allah have 5 fingers, Allah have 2 hands. And by the way, the hands of Allah is both in the right side, which is very funny, God. But they lie to us and they say Allah is not like anything. I agree in certain way. Yes, like have you ever heard of somebody have 2 hands in the right side unless he have a defect, birth defect? And both of the hands of Allah are right hands. How stupid that statement is. So Allah have 5 fingers, Allah have 2 hands, Allah have face, Allah have 2 eyes. Allah is a human being. Allah is a physical being, but he is not a spiritual, which means he have no spirit. A human being, he have a spirit. Your God, Allah, is a statues. Now, we go back to the verse you challenged me to prove to you Islam is the most silly, stupid religion. And I will call you back. But because you are a person who don't stop talking, you are just a kid who have no idea what to say. And always Muslims, they go in panic. They keep talking because they will not let me talk so I can get them busted. This is the whole idea. The verses you gave me from the Quran in chapter 109 proving Muhammad big deal to be a false prophet. Why? Number 1, he said to them, I worship not what you worship, and this is absolute lie. The pagans of Kaaba, they worship Allah and he worship Allah. Number 2, if you remember the chapter where the satanic verses come into Muhammad, he bowed down to the idols and he said that the 3 goddess daughters of Allah, Manat and Allat and Al-Uzza, their intercession is hoped for, which means Muhammad, he worship the 3 daughters of Allah, if this is what it's meant. So yes, he worship what they worship. Then nor you worship what I worship, and this is again a proof Muhammad to be false, because later all the people of Mecca, they worship what he worship. If Muhammad is a prophet of God, he should not say such a statement, because this is a prophecy. And you will not, وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ, which means now and in the future you will not worship what I worship. And I shall not worship what you worship, and this is a proven Muhammad again to be false prophet, because when he received satanic verses, he bowed down to the 3 daughters of Allah. And you are not worshiping what I worship, proving again that Muhammad had nothing to say. He's repeating the same sentence over and over. This is cannot be God. Already you said they will not worship what you worship. Why you are repeating the same again and again? The whole chapter have nothing to do except repeating the same thing. Let me make it simple for you. I will change one word. Instead of saying worship, I will make it eat. So I eat, all the kuffar. I eat not what you eat, and you will not eat what I eat, and I will never do eat what you eat, because you do not do eat what I eat, and you will never do eat what I eat, because I have my food, you have yours. If this is a chapter from God, then who is the stupid? This is God wisdom. And this is why when we ask her, is the Messiah is a human being or the false Messiah? And if Allah is a human being, she said the Messiah is a human being. So why Muhammad is worrying and comparing between the look of Allah and the look of a man? We do not need to know how. You do not need to compare between Allah and the man, because he's a man anyway. Why we be confused about him to be God or not? I mean, you see how stupid this idea is? If Allah is not a man, why you are saying to me, be careful? Allah don't have one eye. Well, isn't it enough to know that he is a man anyway? And we Muslims, we should not worship a man. And by the way, we don't worship a man. You are a liar. Our Lord, he became a man, not the man became a Lord. It is you who worship a man. His name is Muhammad and Allah is a lie. This is a verses made by Muhammad, proving him to be a stupid silly again. Because how in the world he says, oh you believer, I don't believe what you believe in, but in the same time he kissed the black stone. Isn't it isn't it the kuffar they believe in the black stone too? Isn't it the kuffar go around the Kaaba too? Isn't it the kuffar they worship Allah too? So how he don't worship what they worship? Then he says, no, you worship what you will worship. Isn't it Umar al-Khattab became a believer later? Isn't it Khalid bin Walid became a believer later? Isn't it all those, the Sahaba, the companion became a believer later? So how he said to them, you will not worship what I worship, and I will not worship what you worship, and later we prove that this is false, all of them became believers. So when I said I challenge any Muslim to show me one chapter in the Quran proving the Quran to be made by God, I was very serious. And Zahrah, you fail. Your prophet proved to be a false prophet. Now I'm going to call you back to give you a chance to answer. Please respect yourself and don't keep going so we can talk. We can't talk over each other. I will give you 2 minutes to answer, and when the 2 minutes is over, please stop. I'm going to put the clock in the. Do I have a clock here? Let us see if I have a clock. Yeah, I have a clock. Let us see, where is the clock? I'm not sure. Yeah, I have a timer. Let me call you and I will put the timer on. I will give you 2 minutes. Please don't force me to hang up on you. 2 minutes to answer me, and let us see what you will say. Why your prophet, he said they will not believe in what he believed, and later all of them they convert to Islam. And what is the point of repeating the same sentence over and over and over? This is a person you have nothing to say. Go ahead. Answer, Zahrah. She did not answer. All right. So do you see, guys, how they prove to us Islam to be false again by themselves? This is a verse, this is a chapter will prove to us that as God is talking, God will say, I believe not in what you believe, and you will not believe in what I believe, and I will not believe in what you believe, and you will not believe in what I believe, and you will not believe in what I believe, and and to your religion to have mine. What is that? What is the wisdom in that? What I learned from this amazing chapter of Allah, if this guy is Allah, what he just told me, nothing. If he is making a prophecy that the enemy of Muhammad will not believe in Islam, well, all of them later they believe in Islam because he forced them to. So what you choose from me is a clear proof and evidence that Muhammad is a false man. And by the way, additional proof of corruption in Quran, why you Muslims you add Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in the top of the chapter if it's not there? This is addition. Fabrication. And Al-Kafirun is one of my favorite funny verses or chapters in the Quran. Imagine a waiter, he come to you in the restaurant and he said to you, how I can help you, sir? You say to him, you need to learn. You see this guy in front of me? I want you to bring me food different from his food, because I eat not what he eat, and he do not do eat what I eat, because I know the eat what he eat, and he will never eat what I eat, because I don't eat what he eat, and he don't eat what I eat. He have his food, I have mine. Can't you tell that this is a very silly statement from somebody claimed to be God? The one here supposedly is talking is God. This is God talking. We got it. I worship not what you worship. What the point of repeating the whole thing? And what we learn from this? Nothing. We learned only that Muhammad is making a false prophecy because later he worship what they worship, and they worship what he worship. All of them, they converted to Islam. Muhammad is a false prophet, proven by this chapter you chose for us. Thank you very much. So are you going to call me back, Zahra? I called you, you did not answer. So do you see, guys, the hadith about the Dajjal prove Muhammad to be himself the Dajjal. If Muhammad is worried that people, they might think that Dajjal is Allah, Muhammad is confirming. We have somebody trying to call. Okay, he's a Muslim. Yes.
If your God is a man, can you?
This guy is like a pimple in the ass. Stupid idiot. If you go in the hadith, if we go back in the hadith itself is telling us a lot that the Messiah must be God. Why? Do you remember that this woman, she said that the false Messiah, he will claim to be his God? Did she say that? Guys, did you hear her saying that? It's recorded. Okay. If he is claiming to be the Messiah, how that will make him God unless the Messiah is God? Are you getting my point, guys? She said that this person, he is the false Messiah. As I said here, Al-Masih al-Dajjal is not the Antichrist. This is a false translation. In Islam, there's nothing called Antichrist. Zero. Nothing. This is a lie. His name is Al-Masih al-Dajjal. Dajjal in Arabic mean liar. The Messiah mean, you know what Messiah. So the Messiah, the liar. Why he is called the liar? Because this is a fake Messiah. He claimed to be the Messiah. We heard her saying that the false Messiah will claim to be God, but the fact he's just claiming to be Messiah. By claiming to be the Messiah, you claim to be God. Thank you very much. You just proved to me that Muhammad in this point, he believed that the Messiah is God. And this is in the stage where Muhammad was trying to be hypocrite to the Christians. Muhammad, for a certain time, he was trying to be Christian. When the Christian reject him, he reject them. Before that, Muhammad was trying to be a Jew. When the Jews reject him, he reject them too, and he decided to kill them both. In this moment, Muhammad is saying to them, be careful, you should know that the Messiah is not one-eyed, your Lord. Because the comparison have to be, it should be between the false Messiah and the real Messiah. People, does that make sense? If somebody says to you there is a fake Christian prince and a really Christian prince, why you are putting Allah in the middle? Isn't it weird? What the look of Allah and the eye of Allah have to do with this guy? This guy is claiming to be the real Messiah. So we should warn them about how the real Messiah look like and how the fake Messiah look like. If Allah is not a man, to compare between them is stupid. In fact, this hadith was speaking about the Lord, the Messiah. The scam Muhammad at that moment, he was a Christian Nasara, a cult leader, trying to convince the Nasara, I am like you. And this is why he compared between the false Messiah and the real Messiah. Yes, Zahra. I will give you 2 minutes, Zahra. Do you hear me?
No.
I will give you 2 minutes. I will give you 3 minutes. Here we go. The count started. Go ahead.
I don't need a
You do not need that. Okay, what do you want? So go ahead.
Regarding, like, you're talking about, like, why is it repeated?
What?
The verse, you said that the verse is repeated.
Yeah. What
the
about
reason
it?
is because as human beings, we learn by repetition.
Oh.
So the reason why I chose this verse, this chapter, was regarding like other faiths talking about Muslims, like maybe they should become Christians. And even you were bragging like you made Indonesians become Christians. So this chapter is related to the subject, because like our Creator says like that we should defend our religion.
Why you should defend the religion? Can't he defend his religion? Can't Allah defend his religion?
No, because it's directed to us. Like if someone comes to us and tries to tell us like, we should become Christians, then we're just gonna respectfully tell them no.
Okay.
This is your religion.
Guys, Zahrah,
and
she
this is my
said,
religion.
Zahrah, she said that the reason they repeat the same sentence, which is stupid, she said this is not because a human being they cannot learn unless we repeat to them. But if this is the case, we should repeat in every chapter in the Quran. We should say the same term the same way all over the Quran. So why only in this one it's coming this way? Secondly, why Muhammad says I worship not what you worship, and you nor you worship what I worship, or you will worship, and later all of them they became worshiping what he worshiped. So Muhammad is a false prophet. He was saying nor you will worship what I worship, nor I will worship what you worship, and later all of them they are worshiping one God. So Muhammad is a false man. He made a false prophecy. Go ahead, answer.
Like I told you before, this is directed to us. Like it was directed to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what he should tell people that try to convince Muslims.
No, this is
because
not,
our Creator
but you are
is
talking,
all-knowing.
but this is
God
but
knows
this
the
is
future.
you will say to me, this is you will say to me, right? Okay, so you say to me, I worship not what you worship, and I am from Quraysh, and my name is Khalid bin Walid, and then later I convert to Islam. So this is a false prophecy. When Muhammad he said
But
that,
were they forced? None of the people were forced to become Muslims.
Hold on. No, we will show you. Okay, let us say they are not forced. This is even proven more to be horrible, because if he did not force them and they still convert to Islam, that's mean Muhammad here he made a lie. He said to them, you will not worship what I worship, and later they worship what he worshiped. He was talking to who? He was talking to Quraysh, and Quraysh all of them became Muslims. So I don't worship what you worship, nor you worship what I worship. You will not worship what I worship, nor I will worship what you worship. And later all of them they worship together the same God. So it's a false prophet, false God, false prophecy.
No, because this is still relatable. Until today the Quran is relatable.
No, he was speaking.
Look
to
at your chat, people telling me, praying for me to become a Christian. I will never become a Christian.
Let me ask you.
From the day I'm born to the day I'm dying, I'll be a Muslim.
Good for you. So you will have sex in the heaven with 70 men.
We don't have that.
What do you mean?
So I don't know what you're talking about.
How many men will sleep with you in heaven?
We don't have the men becoming that. We have other like Hur al-Ain.
Okay, so if I convert
and that's another
to Islam,
subject.
okay, Zahrah, I want to explain to me. I don't mean to insult you. If I convert to Islam now, Allah promised me I will have 70 Zahrah like you, or 72.
No.
How many Zahrah I will have?
You know, you have a really disgusting way of debating. Like, if you're gonna debate, why can't you just be serious?
I am serious.
It shows your character.
Are you making fun of Allah's words? Isn't it the Quran says Allah will promise them virgins in the
You're
heaven?
not gonna get me.
Why
You're
not?
gonna get like there's different creation. Our Creator.
What
by the way,
what do you mean? Okay. Where do you will go? Allah will put you in the disposal. What do you mean? I will not get you. I will get who?
Our Creator has created different creation.
Okay, well, no problem. No, it's you. What the different creation? Listen, you when you go to heaven, how many husbands you will have?
Just one.
Okay, and the husband you have, how many?
The husband I have.
How many women?
I'm married to. I'll be married in paradise.
Hold on. And he, how many women he will have?
Just one.
Where do you get this from? Are you lying?
The ones that are promised Hur al-Ain.
Zahrah, you are a liar. I challenge you in front of everybody and listening. Show me where in the Quran or in the Hadith.
I just heard like the martyrs. I know the verses about the martyrs.
No.
I'm gonna get
you are a liar.
The creation of
you are a liar. You are a liar. Certified.
I'm not a liar.
Okay,
you are the liar.
I'm going to give you all the time you want.
You live by lying.
Okay, prove me wrong. Prove to me that you, as a Muslim woman and Muslim man, will have only one woman in the heaven. I am listening. Go ahead. Prove to me. You are a liar.
I don't have the specific hadith in front of me,
what
but
if I show you the hadith says that the Muslim man will have a lot of women in heaven?
That's for the martyrs.
What for? What? No, not for the martyr. Listen, Zahra, I don't have time for kids. Get lost. As you see, they have no answer. The reason repeating the verse because a human being will not understand until he repeat. Well, you don't understand until now. He will go, you are repeating the Quran for centuries. If I give you any verse in the Quran, you will say Allah knows best what he meant. Same time, if this is need repeat to understand, what about complicated issue? If such a silly chapter need to repeat so you might understand. I don't worship what you worship. This one we need to repeat it so we can understand. And again, you did not answer about the Quran making a false prophecy about those who don't worship what I worship, because later they worship what he worship, and Muhammad himself, he worship what they worship. He bowed down to the idols and he worshiped them. Now you said that a Muslim man, he will have one woman. You are a big fat liar, shame on you. But that according to Islam will take you to heaven. Which mean, according to Zakir Naik, brother, anyone remember what Zakir Naik, they asked him about the hur? They said to him, Indian women, she said to him, why the Muslim man will have 72 hur, and the Muslim woman, she will not have that. He said, brother sister, first of all, the word hur is a plural word, and it's possible to be male and female, which means according to the Quran, it doesn't say that hur is going to be for male or female. And your sister, in the heaven of Allah, you will have 70 hur too. So she will have 70 men to F her, which is absolutely false, because the Quran says that the word hur is about females. How we know that? Read carefully and love. Zakir Naik. Chapter 55, 56, chapter 55, verse number 74. It says, Lam yatmuthahun. In Arabic, the word noon, the letter noon here, is something we use only for female. It's called noonun nuswa, the noon of female. This is a letter we add at the end of a word to make it specifically, to make it clear that this is for females. And the word itself says yatmuthahun, which means they will bleed and lose their virginity. So the stupid Zakir Naik claim that this is not about female women who will be jailed inside their tents, who no genie and no human did have intercourse with them. If we change the translation, because every translator here will give you his own scam, look what the translation, the accurate translation say. This is the most accurate translation exist for this verse. Wherein both of those maidens restraining their gallants upon their husbands, not wives, whom no man, no genie. It says in Arabic, Lam yatmuthahunna insun wala jan. No man, no genie. What yatmuthahunna mean? Read with me carefully. Has opened their hymens with sexual intercourse before them. Now, how many women those women are? This women, she said, one man, one woman. You are a certified liar. Look what Muhammad said. We can show you tons of verses and hadith, which is sahih. But let us take this one for fun. Sahih al-Bukhari. The scam of Sahih al-Bukhari. She said, one man, one wife, the Prophet of Allah, and she said only for the murder. Yeah, right. For the first batch of people who will enter paradise will be glittering like a full moon, and the batch next to them, they will be glittering like a most brilliant star. And by the way, Muhammad, he made a mistake here. He think that the moon is more bright than a star. So the first batch, supposedly they are the more noble, but yet they are glittering like a moon. And the second batch, they are glittering like a star. Muhammad, you think the moon is more shiny than a star. And then he says, their heart will be like the heart of a single man, for there will be neither enmity or etc etc. And then he says everyone will have two wives from the houris, who will be beautiful, pure and transparent. The marrow of the bones of their legs will be shown, and they will see the marrow of their inside their flesh. This is from the hur, but this is not the whole number. Let me show you the other hadith. Read carefully with me. Liar. Every Muslim man will have one woman, right? Hold on. uh, oh boy. Here the Hur al-Ain, they will sing for you. Look at this hadith, by the way. The Prophet of Allah said, whenever a woman harms her husband in this world, that without any do right, his wife among the Houris, many of them says, you must not harm him. May Allah destroy you. He is only passing guest for you. He is my husband. Leave my husband alone. Let us show more. Hold on. All right. Okay, hold on. Let us find some reference. One man, one woman. Muslims. I mean, can you find a Muslim is truthful, is honest? It doesn't matter. They are old, they are young, they are possessed. All right. Let us see. Let us see if we can find this one in. There is none among whom Allah will admit to paradise, but will marry him to 72 wives, 2 from the Houris and 70 from the inheritance of the people of hell, all whom have desirable front passages, and he will have a male member that will never become flaccid. So at least, and by the way, this is the lowest number. If we go to different hadith, it says, because the number change depend who you are. But the lowest Muslim, he will get that. The lowest Muslim. Read with me carefully. At least of the people of heaven. At least of the people of heaven. Who is the least? Which means the bad Muslim. He will have, read carefully with me. This is not me talking, this is your prophet. He will have 80,000 little boys, servants, and 72 wives. This is the lowest reward, not the highest. He shall have a tent of pearl and cardamom set up for him. Do you see it? Now you can read like the rest of the stupid story here. So when they say to you, in the heaven, brother, we will have one wife only, this is not true. We will have 70. You will have a lot more. And different hadith actually it says 80,000. The heaven of Allah supposedly is 100 floor. Even the Quran says that in the heaven of Allah there will be fakihun, busy fakihun, doing busy stuff. What is the busy stuff? Let us see. This is the filthy religion of Islam. وَإِنَّ أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ الْيَوْمَ فِي شُغْلٍ فَاكِهُونَ. Chapter 36 verse number 55. Okay, what they will be doing in that day. What does that mean? If you read a Muslim translation, it doesn't say anything. It's a lie. Let us go and see what they will be doing literally in that day. 36:55. They will be busy. Aha. Let us see what the Abdul will be busy. They will be deflowering Zahrah. Do you see it, guys? What the Muslims are doing in the heaven of Allah, they are doing bang bang. In the Muslim translation for the Quran, they did not explain to us. They say they will be having fun, but the Quran speak about something else. They will be literally effing women, opening their private part which never been used before, brand new, deflowering virgins. And not only that, each time you sleep with the virgin, she become a virgin again. And if you don't believe me, we can show you the reference. You can go actually get my book Sex and Allah, and you can read it. I have tons. Oh, the whole book is about sexuality in Islam. So this is how the Muslim, they lie to us loud and open, and they don't have a shame. They think the funny is, like when this woman, she said that, you know, as an example, with the reason Allah he repeated, because a human being will not learn unless we repeat. I mean, this is the most stupid answer. We have a book and we do not need to repeat. And what the point of repeating? Repeating will teach us. It's the same sentence. If I did not understand the first sentence, how I can understand the second sentence? It's the same sentence anyway. So the answer is proving the stupidity of this cult. Number two, when they lie about the look of Allah, and all of them, they believe that Allah have a hand, Allah have a foot, Allah have a leg, Allah have a face, Allah have 5 fingers, Allah have toes, Allah have a nose, Allah have eyes. Yet they say we don't believe in a man. Another lie. When they say nothing like Allah, but Allah he says he have fingers and he have hands. How he use hands and fingers if he is nothing like him? Hands and fingers is like hands. Fingers is like fingers. Foot is like foot. When Allah he used that words for himself, and the Muslim scholars agree that yes, Allah has hands. Why Muslims they lie? You can go right now and I can search in front of you in YouTube. Let us do that. You will find tons of videos. How Allah look like? Do you see it? Watch this video. This is your Muslim cleric. How Allah look like? He said to you, yes, Allah have a hands, real hands. He said Allah he said he have hands. What I can say? I'm just saying to you what he said in the video. Zakir Naik, he said that. Didat, he said that. All your Muslims scam, they agree. Allah has a physical being. He is a physical being. My debate with all Muslim scholars, they agree. Dr. Nabil Bayekli, Dr. Rohi, all of them, not even one, they can refuse. And the funny, they said to me, yes, Allah have a leg, but do you think the leg of Allah is like yours? I mean, whose a stupid answer is that? As long he have a leg, it's a leg. Well, the leg of the mosquito is not like my leg, but it's a leg. The reason it's called a leg because he walk with it. He don't fly with it. Allah has hands. Allah has hands, my friend. So how the look of how Allah's hands look like? He have 5 fingers. By the way, I found that the Muslims are flagging the videos of those guys who they are saying Allah have fingers. You remember? They flagged them. You believe it? Allah has hands, mouth, heels, fingers, shin, even shape. Do you see it? And the video is under the deen of Islam, and this is your sheikh is explaining. Allah has what? Allah has hands, mouth, heels, fingers, shin, even shape. And Allah is not a man. Who cares if he's a man or not? And why Allah have fingers? What he would do with them? He would collect boogers. Allah has a foot. Allah SWT has a foot. If you go to this guy, his video is flagged by Muslims. They are trying to take it down. Allah has a foot. Allah has body parts. They are very confused cult. They think their God is different, but the fact their God is just a shape. He is obviously, he is a physical being. Whatever he is, he's a lie. He doesn't exist. He have no spirit, but he have a body. Okay, that means he's dead. Because the spirit simply means the power of life. If you don't have a spirit within you, it's mean you are a dead body. So never learn Islam from Muslims. They are certified in lying. They have no shame to lie. We just heard this woman saying that the Muslim women and Muslim men only will be heaven. One man, one woman. Look like this woman, she is locking her door in her, and she do not know that the whole world now knows that Islam believe in many women in heaven. Already in earth you have 4, you idiot. In heaven you will have 1. You're a prophet in earth, he have 13 wives. Allah promised him to have the power of 4,000 men for sex. A Muslim man, he have the power of 40 men, 100 men, sorry. No, the Muslim man will have the power of 40, and the prophet, hold on. Yeah, the Muslim man will have the power of 100, and then the Muhammad, he have the power of 40 of people of heaven, which means he will have a power of 4,000. Anyway, thank you, Zahrah, for calling. You just help us to expose your prophet. And you will notice always how fast they talk, so they will not give you a chance to get them busted. And remember, this verse always, you can use it, the one she chose for us to prove Islam to be right, is one of the most wonderful. I encourage every Christian actually to use this verse to expose Muhammad. There's no way that this verse is written by Allah if he is God, if he is a true God. There's no way God will say such a stupid silly stuff, which is a contradiction for what happened even later. All those he said to them, I worship not, and you worship not what I worship. Later they worship what he worship, and he himself, he worship what they worship, and he bowed down to what they worship, and they bow down to what he worship. So it's a false prophecy of a false prophet, proving an empty word of an author. He's trying to make a rabbi music, saying nothing there. It's the same as many rabbi songs we hear in TV. There's nothing there. It's just a guy repeating the same thing. And by the way, this is all over the Quran. And she is right. Muslim, they will not understand unless you repeat. Actually, they don't understand if you repeat. But the point is to make them repeat, not to understand. Because I never saw a Muslim he understand what he is repeating. Especially they are repeating in a language they don't even speak. So how they can understand? I will give you an example before we go. The Quran is full of example of repeating, which is a failure in the Arabic. You see, in Arabic, if you are a poetry man, if you are a person who is making poetry, and you repeat the same sentence all over, that means your poetry is rejected. You go ask anyone who is he study Arabic. If you repeat the same thing, it's mean you have nothing to do with Arabic. Look at this example. Look at this, guys. Do you see how many times he repeat? Is that the verse is the same as this verse? 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 Come back tomorrow. The same as the verse. Take a nap. Come back tomorrow. The same as this verse. The same as this verse. The same as this. The same as this verse. 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 I mean, should I continue until tomorrow? And this what make the Quran translation is very easy. I translate one verse and I post it all over. This chapter will be the easiest for me to translate. Actually, already I did. What kind of God he need to repeat the same thing over and over and over? We got it. We got it. But because he is making Arabic music, he need it. Otherwise, it's useless. Which is that of a favor of the Lord you deny? Which of the favor of your Lord you deny? Which of the favor of the Lord you deny? Which of the death of the you deny? And she said to us, because a human being, he will not learn unless we repeat. Why? What they call that bird? What they call him, the bird who speak? This is the chapter 55, the chapter of Ar-Rahman. By the way, even the name of Ar-Rahman is a theft. Muhammad, he started from a guy, his name is Muslim. They call him Musaylama. His name is Muslim. They took his name, the name of Ar-Rahman from him. This is why you see Muhammad. Maybe we let us. You see, open topic. If I go now, we will go forever. Anyway, guys, I think we have enough for today. Did we learn good? Did we have a good time? And the Muslims, yeah, the parrot. The Muslims, the more they try to defend, the more they got their prophet and Islam busted. And you will notice the first way they try to do is to lie. But lying never save anyone. You make one lie, you need to create another 1,000 lie to cover up the first one lie. We Christian, we should not lie. Jesus said, don't even take an oath. Either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay. I am not ashamed of my Lord. I am not ashamed of what he said. If you say something about what he said you don't like, I will not deny it. The Lord, he says, the one who deny me, I deny him. We Christian, we do not deny. You Muslims are ordered to lie. This is why you have a specific chapter in the Quran. It's called Taqiyya. No, please, no Christian can call me. No Christians. Any Christian want to call me before asking for a request first, I will ban you from my Skype. You have to ask me first, can I call? And this person, I just deleted him right away from my Skype. When I say only Muslim can call, it's mean only Muslims. If I give time to the Christian to call, then only Christians. So my friend, because we are proud to be believers in the Messiah, and nothing can be better than him to be proud about, we don't lie about him. But because you're ashamed of your God and about your prophet, you lie. Ask yourself why this woman, she just lies saying the Muslim man will have in heaven only one woman, because she feel inside her that this is shameful. It's a fear of being exposed to shame. It's the same as the hijab. The hijab make the women feel shameful because she is a walking vagina. If she don't wear the hijab, she is shamed. She is a vagina. So we have to cover the vagina. This is not about protecting the women. They say to you, do you know how Mary she used to dress? No, I do not know. Do you have a picture? The Bible says clearly that those who wear burqa in the Torah, they've been accused to be prostitute. Actually, not accused, they are. Why? Because in the old days, those who cover their face are the prostitute. Because they want to cover their shame. They don't want anyone to know who they are when they walk in the street. In the old day, women, they cover their hair because life is different. Dust, garbage. I mean, if you go in the street, imagine if you live in Texas just 50 years ago, or let us say 100 years ago, before we have road like now, how much dust you will have in your hair. This is nothing have to do with the women having honor or not. The honor of the women is her hair. She is covered by God himself. She is covered already. She is born with a cover. What about God? He created the women with burqa. Shouldn't he do it? I forgot. The Quran, he sent burqa, but the Muslims hide it. The Quran says that we send on them rish. Anyway, I'm not going to show the verse now, because if we show it, we are going to spend another hour. So we better not to do that. But if you go just if you go to chapter 7, verse number 26, it says that Allah is the one who sent feather and clothing for the children of Adam. Feather. And if you look at the translation, by the way, you don't see the word feather. Do you see it? They took it off. In Arabic it says libasan yuwari sawatukum warishan, warishan, and a feather. So even the underwear of the Muslimah is sent by Allah. The madness of Islam. It's Allah who sent the clothes. It's not made in China. It's not made in Taiwan as you think. It's coming from Allah. And this is a true story. And with this, I want to say thank you for being here. Don't forget to download our videos, share them around, and until we see you soon again. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon. Take care and bye-bye.